Get a Subaru, get a Chevy. My ding-dong insurance heavy.
No!
Get yourself on Mitsubishi.
Oh, Tommy got a little peep.
Oh, no, God damn it.
Took me a second. I saved it. I feel like I saved it.
No. They don't want...
And it made sense. It was
didn't
big
make-
for me, little for you. There was that little gap in there where you could hear my brain running, but I fixed it.
J.C. Harrelson, if you're looking for a Chevrolet at Don Mealy Chevrolet.
That could be a Corvette or a truck.
Yeah, or a Chevy Volt, their electric vehicle, which they have.
Have you seen the new electric vehicles that Chevy's working on?
Yeah.
Oh, buddy, they got a fleet coming.
It's all going there. So if you're looking for any Chevy, Don Mealy Chevrolet in Claremont, J.C. Harrelson, he's the sales manager over there. Just ask to speak with him. He'll put you either he'll take care of it, or he'll put you with a awesome salesperson that's going to give you the Tom and Dan treatment, and that's what everybody needs when they're looking to buy a car.
Now you might want a Subaru because those are super popular. You might want a brand new Mitsubishi. Mike Stacks is going to be your contact there.
Yep, 100%. I had a Subaru Forester for a while. It was a great vehicle. A WRX I drove, super fun to drive. My wife got a Chevy Traverse from Don Mealy Chevrolet. I have a Silverado.
Yeah.
I've purchased 5 vehicles from these 2 dealerships.
A little extravagant.
And
a little braggadocious, if you ask me.
I went from 0 to purchasing.
You kind of had
all
a freak out, I feel like.
It's nice having a nice new car.
It is nice.
So if you're looking for a car, go and talk to J.C. Harrelson at Don Mealy Chevrolet or Mike Stacks at Sport Subaru, Sport Mitsubishi, West Colonial Drive.
Little bitty pee-pee.
Live from the Streamline Mortgage Solutions studio, it's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Hello, this is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Welcome to the Friday free show of A Mediocre Time.
Hey, it's Big Teddy Friday, Tom.
TD Friday.
Yeah.
Is indeed. Welcome to the show. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha, our producer, is here. Butler. He's here.
He's talking to our guest.
Is he here?
He's something.
Now I see what you guys saw when I used to just stand out in the lobby and talk to the guests for endless amounts of time.
Yeah, holding court.
Thinking that they wanted it.
Pontificating, yes.
And then seeing in their eyes, like when Butler's doing it, I'm looking at the guests and be like,
Yeah.
I mean, just,
what is he doing?
Just wielding advice, left and right, wielding advice.
Telling his life story.
Like, you know what? You could use a little.
Explaining bartending.
Do you take enough B3?
Stuff like that. Yeah.
Like shooting negs at them, like the guy in the top.
Back of your legs look a little rashy. How's your iron?
He's like always asking little healthy questions.
So a couple things. We're going to go to news quick today.
Yeah,
because
news quick.
We got some guests coming in later. So I want to tell you about some things we got coming up. We're going to have new merch on the site Monday.
Yes.
We have a bunch of new merch. And
you have some of it on right now. You're wearing the Corporate Time Ripper shirt. I've got the new BDM hat on. Butler has on a version of, let me go.
T&D Stripe shirt.
T&D Stripe.
Which was our most popular retro shirt.
Samantha's got a new, like, a ladies' tank that's like a pink Hawaiian tree design that actually Butler came up with, and Enemy hit it out of the park. It's great stuff, man.
Yeah. And big thanks to Eric Pabone for designing our skateboard collection.
My God.
Which, and you can check him out on Facebook. He is actually making it so you can get skateboarding decks, and you can buy it through him.
I'm buying every one of them. Like, I'm going to buy them all. I'm going to mount them on our ceiling.
But we got some skateboard inspired designs from Eric Pabone, and all that stuff will be available on Monday. BDMs will know first, and that's why it's great to be a BDM.
Indeed.
And speaking of Eric Pabone, he's going to be out at Johnny's tomorrow with his tent, selling some of his art and stuff like that. So you want to check it out?
Support Pabone.
Yeah.
All our merch will be out there.
He's as local as it comes, and you can meet the guy, buy the art from him, which is something that I've been doing for a very long time. Like the vast majority, if not all the art in my home, I've met the actual artist, and it's kind of a cool thing to start. So if you wanted to start an art collection, or maybe you're into that kind of comic book style, because that seems to be something he's actually very into, drop by and check him out.
Also, Hollabox 20th anniversary is this Sunday, and they're doing a big celebration. Yeah, and it's crazy.
The more surprising thing is that they work with us, which is an honor that we get to work with those guys.
So if you want to, go out to the celebration, they're doing tons of things. Their beer garden's beautiful. Check them out. Ask for a Tom and Dan asparagus pen.
Yeah,
asparagus
absolutely. Your boys love that, by the way.
What, the asparagus?
Yeah,
pen?
before I was leaving your son's birthday party, they had to rush out and show me that they knew that I was one of the asparagus.
Oh,
it was so cute.
Yeah.
They're so cute, lovely boys.
So let's jump into some news.
All right, let's do the thing.
Ross's piece of shit news.
Tots with Ross, the Orlando talk show with Ross McCoy. Check them out anywhere podcasts are found.
Yeah.
And it's a
Look
great show.
for the incredibly attractive artwork that is Ross holding a champagne. I believe holding a champagne glass. Is that not correct, Ross?
Glass full of tots, Dan. That's right.
So, Ross, are you still chopping the champagne bottle at Johnny's tomorrow?
So, your friend Bart Merrick from the Bart Merrick Realty team, part of the Charles Ruttenberg Realty Group, he went and got a bottle of fucking Dom for me to slice open tomorrow.
Whoa. Wait, is it the $10,000 bottle that Butler sold him?
I don't know. I don't have any knowledge of that. No, he went to Costco, I believe.
I mean,
Okay. All right, fair enough.
Either way, he knows the good years.
he could have just got some mums if you're going to chop the top off. I mean, you could drink it after, obviously. This is not like that's what it's made for, right?
According to the pamphlet that comes with my sword, all of the pressure inside the bottle of the champagne drives the glass shards out and away, so it's perfectly safe, according to the pamphlet that comes with my sword.
All right, I believe it.
And how old is the sword again? Isn't it like really old?
No, it's a fairly new manufacture.
Oh, whoa! Yeah, there it is. Look at that thing. Oh no, that's nice.
Oh, that is so dope.
It's even got an engraving on it, dude. That is so cool.
One day when you're nude swinging that around and the cops are tasing you, I'll be like, I know that guy.
Yeah, it's like where Jerry Demings is standing there at a press conference where they have a photo of you nude holding a saber above you.
All right, Ross, what's the first story today?
Florida man wielding champagne saber fights police for 3 hours.
That's a long time.
That is a long time.
Yeah, I like it.
All right, the first story. We got a lot of stuff to catch up on. We got a lot of news updates, but I want to start with I think my favorite story. Dan, you of course know rapper DaBaby.
Yes.
He has taken some heat recently for some comments he made at a concert, and he is the reason why, remember back in the 80s and 90s, they wouldn't let celebrities talk directly to the public. You had to, go through a publicist or a PR guy or something.
This guy's so dumb. He's so dumb.
DaBaby's Twitter apologies. And I found 2 separate articles with, a bunch of different shit he said. So I'm going to have to flip back and forth a little bit. Bear with me if I stall out for a second on some of these quotes. But he kind of started... did you guys hear what he said?
Yeah. Didn't he allude to he was kind of trying to celebrate people that had shown up. Okay, this guy's so stupid, but he was saying, shout out to everybody who basically has clean genitals and doesn't have HIV that basically can kill you in 2 weeks, right? Isn't that sort of the jux of it?
Okay, so this article sums it. I'm sure he said a lot of stuff, but they sum up kind of what people are reacting to as he asked the audience to put their cell phone lights up unless you were HIV positive or you were a gay man who had sex in a car park. And then I guess he
that's
also
very
said,
specific.
Yeah.
It's a weird improv.
Yeah,
Because it sounded like an improv, but it's weird.
Like you feel like his publicist, the publicist,
It's
was
almost
like,
so
"Oh shit,
specific.
he's
I
going
wonder
rogue."
if he's done that before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Outing
And then he also said HIV would make you die in 2 or 3 weeks.
Right.
Yeah.
And then this isn't even the stuff like the publicist would have cut off yet at this point.
Has
This
he
is
seen
just
Magic Johnson?
This guy's living forever.
Like,
Here's kind of his initial defense. Okay, so this was at a live show. What he said at first was, what I do at the live show is for the audience at the live show. It would never translate correctly to someone looking at a little 5 or 6
Wait a minute.
second clip.
That's what Dave Chappelle says, not DaBaby, the idiot.
it's how
How can you translate it any differently?
It's how I said AIDS that
Yeah,
counted. Like,
okay.
it's all out of context. I'm like, are you
but
sure, the baby?
I'll take the counterpoint because, like, as a comedian, you can definitely like take comedy and maybe look at a piece of a small piece of a bigger thing a guy's doing,
Right.
and definitely say like, "Oh, that guy's racist. Oh, that guy's this. Oh, that guy's that."
Sure.
And it happens all the time.
Yes, but that's a comedian. You're making jokes. It's not real.
But-
if you're the baby and you're saying, put your hands up unless you have AIDS, that seems very...
But
Well, what was he doing?
It
Was
is.
he taking account or something? Like,
Why?
Put your hands up if you
Why
do
even
not
say
have
that?
AIDS, all right?
You do start getting into like the Fat Mike territory of being on stage and being a performer, as far as like I mean, if you start wanting to, this is a stretch though, but be like, hey, this is my performance, this is the character I am, I say outlandish shit, blah blah blah. I'm sure that's not what this guy's doing, but you could probably put it under that category as an excuse,
How did he,
right?
like, Ross, do you
Like,
know?
yeah, no, like Fat Mike's like, I'm a punk rock, I say offensive shit.
I-
And it's
Well,
like,
that didn't work out for him either, though.
No, it didn't. But I'm just saying, it's like, I'm surprised I don't use that excuse. More.
Ross, do they cover, like, this is the part that was making me laugh, is like, do they cover why he got there in the first place?
Oh, in the story,
You know what I mean?
no,
Like it's different if you like. This is an artist that's worked with like the biggest. Like he did a
tons
song
of
with
people.
Dua Lipa. I mean, this is not a bullshit art. So to me, my point is like how
she
did
has
you
announced
get?
that she is horrified.
Yeah. Oh, she said this is. She quit like distance herself crazy. But my point is, you're the baby. You're a rapper. I understand that you're gonna be a little spicy because you're that guy. If I were your manager, I'd be like, well, how did we get to AIDS? And how did we even get there? How did we even get there on stage? What were you doing?
Okay, well, if you're wondering that, now let's get into when he really starts to apologize on Twitter, because this is when the PR guy would have stepped in and been like, give me your phone, give me your fucking backup phone, go to the cabin in the woods for like a week and a half and just chill the fuck out. All right? So he starts tweeting, quote, I tell fans to put a cell phone light in there, y'all start a 1,000,000-man march, end quote. And then he goes, that same amount of support isn't shown when a black person is killed by a police officer. Why go there, Dan?
Yeah,
in an apology.
I'm pretty sure there was a lot of support against that.
There have been people protesting.
And there were millions of them, and they did march in protest of that.
Yeah,
but I see what you're saying. Also, this guy's an idiot.
Yeah, he's just a dumb person, right?
But if you think that now, stand by for the continuing Twitter apology. Okay.
Yes.
Then he starts saying the internet is twisting his words, and he said, I have straight and gay fans. And then he says his gay fans do not have AIDS, and the people with AIDS are nasty and junkies on the street. And then he says, even my gay fans got standards.
Well, that I've heard. I have heard that DaBaby's fans do not have AIDS, the gay ones. Mm-hmm. That I have heard. I'm not confirming it. I know. I hear the streets.
It on the streets. Yeah.
I hear the streets.
But you're right, Ross. It's almost
Jesus Christ.
Stop talking, you idiot.
Yeah, where are
He did a whole Instagram live video, and it's like, why would you do that?
But also, he's an idiot, and it's kind of like, hey, did you hear what the mentally ill homeless guy said on the corner of the night?
Right.
No, I didn't, but I'm sure it's crazy.
Yeah.
Sucks. Talk to me.
Like those guys.
Like, I'm sure what this guy's saying is ignorant, and he's an idiot.
Just a stupid person.
But it is kind of funny.
And it's working against him. Like I said, Dua Lipa has spoken out saying she was horrified when she heard this. And then his big kind of collab sponsorship just dropped him.
Oh no.
Which was who sponsored it?
Poor baby. We'll be right back.
Also, I wonder if this would like affect his audience cares about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I have no idea any of the baby fans out there.
Yeah, and this one they do because he was crossing over. He was like one of those guys that I think was
like
becoming
more mainstream.
Yeah, he was. I mean,
dude, that song "Levitating" is fucking awesome. I play that all the fucking time, and he's great in it.
I have no idea. I've never even heard of it.
It's a great song. That whole Dua Lipa album's top to bottom is phenomenal. But I think this was a guy that had the ability to cross over, and this will probably stunt that.
Yeah,
I would imagine. On the other hand, Lil Nas X is a genius.
Yes,
and
he is.
crushing it. And more of that, please.
That new video is amazing.
More of that, please.
When do people be like,
oh man,
hey,
that guy is twisting up people hard, and we love it.
Hey, it's bad for business saying anything that you feel if you know and people around you have told you like, hey, don't say that to other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure someone would be like, don't say that on stage or on social media or whatever. I don't know. Next story, Ross.
Only because you brought out Lil Nas X, Dan. This is a little celebrity deep, but T.I. came out and defended the baby and said that he basically said that if Lil Nas
We're
X
done with
is
you.
about,
Sorry.
he said if Lil Nas X is about to like assert his sexuality on stage, the baby should be able to say what he said, basically.
That's not even the same.
Yeah,
that's not the same.
Yeah, you're going to assert your own sexuality on stage without downing other people's sexuality on
Why
stage.
is T.I. still talking after we already told him about his ass?
It's stupid.
Yeah, it's just stupid people. Now there's a big stupid people
God, I used to
war.
love T.I. too.
We'll just sit back and watch it, you know? Yeah.
It is
All right,
kind of fun
and,
watching stupid people talking.
More celebrity off their meds news. Kanye is trying to finish an album, and he is reportedly living at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta while he finishes it.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was.
He bought it out.
I saw
he was
him
gonna
in the
debut
crowd.
His album there.
I saw him in the crowd. He was wearing top to bottom red leather and pantyhose on his head during an Atlanta United match.
Correct. He held a listening party the night before where he wore the same thing, like a red leather jumpsuit.
Insane.
With, like you said, a full, it can only be described as pantyhose head covering over his whole head. And you can just barely kind of see it's Kanye in there. And then the next night he was seen walking just with like a huge security staff, like 3 or 4 people deep on both sides of him through the crowd.
Yeah, but they're like stereotypical looking security guards. So it's like him. Imagine how weird this looks. It's like him, red leather head to toe, and he's not a big dude. Full pantyhose, right? But he's in full red, like sort of baggy leather red shoes. And then 4 ginormous white guys that look like big bikers, all dressed in black.
And
it's weird, man.
He's living at the stadium?
Yeah, and he put out a picture, I think it was on Instagram, just the last couple days. It basically looks like a shitty dorm room or something. It's like it's like an oversized janitor's closet with like, utility carpet and just plain white walls, big ass digital clock, little TV, and there was like a bunch of shoes.
Yeezys?
Kanye West, he's open with his mental illness.
He's also
being
open
bipolar.
that he does not take his medication.
Yeah, and so he is going. It's awesome for us, right? Because this is. I
wouldn't use that word.
Well, I'm just saying, for our entertainment, like, this guy is not,
Let's watch this mentally ill man spiral out of control.
Well,
he's just renting out a $1 billion stadium and living in the closet. He's not hurting anybody. It's fun to watch.
Not yet.
Yeah. I mean, Harry Potter lived in a fucking closet. He's a wizard. I'm just saying.
He could be wasting his money, but that's his business. I don't know.
Closets produce some pretty powerful people.
This is more entertaining than if he just lived like not in the limelight and like in his mansion just produced music. Like him going out there being in the stands with stocking over his face, like that's entertaining for us, right? If he was sane, he would be.
He's haunting a mega venue with a mask on. He's turning into the Phantom of the Opera.
Oh, wow. All right. Hold on a second.
When sandbags start like falling out of the sky on baseball players, we know who to watch.
Yeah, why Atlanta though? Why is he going to?
I think my theory is it's the we're in the age of mega celebrities in minor markets, like the Joe Rogan approach. Like, I'm gonna move somewhere tiny and not only be the biggest fish, but like the only fucking fish that matters in this fucking pond.
Yeah.
And then just run the town, you know? Imagine being Kanye and being in Atlanta. It's got to be cool.
Plus, I mean, there's a ton of great hip-hop in Atlanta and a lot of talent there. It's not like he couldn't
And
pull.
the fucking varsity, dude.
Oh, well, yeah. Don't get me started on hot dogs. You and I could talk about that all day.
Yeah, I mean, it's the internet's turned the world into, hey, you can do business from anywhere now. Like, you don't have to be in
I love
Hollywood,
Atlanta.
California.
I'm kind of jealous that he didn't pick Orlando because Atlanta's fun. I love Atlanta.
You don't have to live in New York to be a nut job celebrity anymore. You can telecommunicate from Atlanta.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Crazy via Zoom, for sure.
All right. What's the next story, Ross?
Los Angeles Air Traffic Control is reporting another jetpack guy. We're up to the FBI investigating 3 possible jetpack sightings in the skies above Los Angeles. And it resulted in some great chatter between the tower and planes. They did have to announce in an air traffic alert, use caution, the jetpack guy is back. One pilot responded, we were looking, we did not see Iron Man.
So this is going to become more and more prevalent,
This is what it feels
right?
like to be in a real comic book. Because remember, there used to be sightings of like superheroes. They'd be like, "What is that?" You know, and it'd be like the guy saving, right?
Dude,
we're almost
We
there,
need a
man.
superhero.
We're almost there.
There is
Look, they're in the sky. Is it a bird? Is it a plane?
No.
It's some fucking guy who spent $600,000 on a jetpack.
Jetpack man.
It's some rich influencer.
There is a jetpack now, and I guess the Army and the military has been experimenting with it because you guys have seen the video of some guy going from ship to boat to boat, and it's the arm one where the propulsion is in your hands, and you can fly around, and it looks pretty controllable. Like the guy's not way more than the old school 1960s Super Bowl.
Well, and that guy had a big round. He had a big gizmo. He had a big.
I mean, that guy's shaky, and he looks like at any moment he's going to explode.
You remember on the Flintstones, the Great Gazoo? He had that big ass helmet. That guy had a big old round golf ball helmet, looking like a nerd.
He for sure is rolling the dice every time he turns that shit on that he's going to blow him in half.
Oh yeah,
but
even worse, you blow both your arms off and live,
dude. And it looks like, because I'm pretty sure on Travis Pastrana's Instagram page, he was he put that thing on and he flew up for a second like Travis Pastrana did, which showed me that, all right, this thing is easy enough to control where he just showed him how to use it within a
he's
small...
also a super athlete when it comes to machines.
It used to be when these flying apparatuses, it took like years of practice to get down and stuff, you know.
Astronaut.
Get down!
But now, and so as those things get cheaper and cheaper and more affordable, like anybody who is a millionaire can have them.
Oh yeah, and pretty soon they'll be on Alibaba.
And then you can fly around, and then I guess it's just that you can't fly near...
Then we'll have to regulate them like drones, right?
Yeah. So this guy is just flying around somewhere with that thing. Is it the arm one?
They don't know. It's like I said, the first time it happened, they were pretty sure it was a balloon, not a guy. But I guess at this point, they think it is a guy with a jetpack. But they're just catching brief glimpses of him. He's near the flight path, but not actually hitting any airplanes. So the FBI is looking for him.
So, and now, as long as you're not near an airport, I wonder if you need any sort of, because I guess it would
over Los Angeles, there's got to be very little unrestricted airspace. Yeah. That's got to be just like all flight path or oriented.
It'd be like an ultralight, right?
It'd have to be the same rules apply as like a paraglider or something.
If I got to get a permit for my drone, then
yeah.
Like I can't even fly my drone. Like I can barely fly it around here because the airport's so close.
Yeah. Although of all the drones that everybody has, like there's never been an airplane that like got a drone sucked in its engine or anything.
I don't think so. No, I don't think they go that high, right?
I think landing maybe or something. That's why you can't.
I honestly don't know enough about drones. I just know that everybody I know that says they're a photographer has one, and every realtor I know has one. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all I know about drones.
Next story, Ross.
That's how you get those roof pictures, Dan.
Yeah,
we got a successful heist, you guys, in Paris, France. Guy rolls up to Chalmet Boutique. All right, he rolls in. They say he's in his 50s or 60s, light gray suit. Comes in, draws a weapon. They don't tell us what kind of weapon, so I'm intrigued. I'm assuming a gun of some sort.
Yeah.
Then he says, "Hey, unless you guys give me all the fucking gemstones in this place, I'm going to set off a bomb that's here." And apparently he was convincing enough that they gave him $2.36 million worth of gems and gemstones. He then also takes their keys, locks them into the store, gets on a scooter, and pulls away into the fucking traffic. Gets away clean.
Team Scooter, Seminole Power Sports. All of your heistable needs.
It seems like it's not, we're not talking about Ocean's 11 here, where it's like he had sophisticated technology and he was able to, use some sort of.
My scooter is very sophisticated.
He just walked in and give me your jewels or I'll blow you up. They gave it to him and he probably surprised it worked.
It is pretty crude. Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh my god!"
It's the old "give me that or I'll kill you." I think that's the first one, right?
And then as I'll lock you in here. It's not like he it's like some sort of sleeping smoke. Nothing.
I love a good gas coming through, and everybody I guess I'll just put these diamonds away. And everybody falls asleep. Oh, those are great.
I guess you're just I'm just calling 911 from a cell phone we all have. It's not locking us in here. It's not going to do anything.
Oh God! I don't have good service. We're locked in.
See, that's the point. What did he say? How did he convince them that there really was a bomb? Because if you just walk into a jewelry store and say, "Hey, I planted a bomb last night," they're just going to be like, "Get the fuck out of here. We're calling the cops."
Follow me. If you were working at the jewelry store, Ross, and I reached in my pockets and pulled out what appeared to be papers, and then when I put the papers on the glass, there were a bunch of loose copper wires, red, yellow, blue. You'd probably be like, "Oh shit!" Right? If I had a bunch of wires in my pocket and just laid them out there, you'd probably be, "Oh shit!"
But also,
he's got the stuff.
If you're the employee and maybe you're not the owner and shit, I'll be like, "Here's the jewels. I don't give a shit."
Yeah, all this, true.
These are all insured.
All this is insured. I'm not gonna. Here's the thing. I'm not gonna take my chances and blow myself up
it could
for
have been
what?
calm. It could have been, "Sure, you have a bomb. Here's the shit. I don't care."
Third time this week.
Yeah, maybe they were instructed. They may have been instructed by the owner. If you get robbed, give them whatever you want.
By the way, that does not work that way here. I want you and Sam
fight to the death.
Yeah, I want you and Sam putting your neck out for this iMac. It's expensive.
And we got cameras. If we see,
no, we don't. They're offline. I told you this last week. I wasn't lying about that.
You better fight to the death.
Yeah,
I unplugged him again.
Yeah, I need you guys.
All right, and then we got another jewel thief, but she got caught. This lady, Lulu Lacatos, 60 years old. She also in France, but they caught her in London. Her thing was she had some guys in her crew come and tell this jeweler that they had a wealthy Russian investor. They wanted to buy some gems, right? And so they showed her 7 diamonds worth $5.7 million, and she managed, in front of everybody, to swap them out for pebbles. She just swapped them out for rocks that looked like them and got away with it, but they caught her in London later.
That's the Kush to Kim law.
Wow. She's
right?
Just slammed
exactly.
Do you understand that, and I've said this ever since, we've had magicians coming on the show. If I had that skill, I would be an evil motherfucker. I would be stealing from everyone. My friends, you, Sam, Butler, you guys, Ross, everyone. Just because I can do it.
Cashiers.
It wouldn't matter. I'd just do it because I can do it.
You're stealing people's watches.
I'd steal everything. just to say I could do it. And it'd probably get to a point like Harry. Ross, do you remember when Harry from Night Court was a reoccurring character on Cheers?
Oh, yeah. He plays a grifter that comes in and, he always tries to, do that scam where he shortchanges you. Yeah. And, he's like, "Here's a 20, just give him back 2 10s and a 5.
And he always does sleight of hand, but everybody knows that he does this so much that he's constantly stealing everybody's stuff that they know. So when your watch is missing, they're like, Harry, and he'll give it back. That's what it would be with me. It get to a point
That
where
was a recent episode of the new Twilight Zone.
where they're stealing from Cheers.
Yeah. That's like almost exactly the same skit.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, actually, Cheers stole it and then made it into a whole new show where Harry then was a judge on the whole show Night Court. With
Dude, one of the best episodes is when a different grifter comes to town and Harry has to like grift battle him for all of Cheers' money.
That just came up. That just came up. They have to play pool for the entire bar. Yeah, Ross, we're watching the same stuff, man. That just came up. That's a great episode.
Dude, I fucking love Cheers. Cheers is so good.
Ross, remember, were you in when we had Sinbad in? And we were interviewing him about him like grifting
to get on a plane.
To get on the plane and stuff. Like there used to be a time, and this kind of goes into my question, where you could just play like you were a wealthy foreign businessman or whatever, or like you were the attorney for a wealthy client that was a billionaire that didn't want to be, and that was a way to con people.
Yeah.
And now it seems like it's so easy to verify on the internet, because or the people still get conned by it. Because if I went into say Goldsmith and I'm like, I want a giant diamond that they're going to have to get from somewhere that's worth, and I'm pretending, right. I feel like they would ask a couple more questions, my name, and just verify on Facebook or social media, if my story,
they take the extra steps. Yes,
so I'm surprised that they brought out such a huge diamond spread for a lady that they just took her word that she was rich or had a rich client.
Yeah. Where are your protocols?
Yeah, it seems so easy now to verify that someone's lying.
Yeah, I mean, now we have pocket phones. You can Google everything, but you can still get away with shit.
Yeah.
I remember it was always hard working at Universal because there were if you're the president of NBC Universal, you have a little card pass you can give out to literally anybody. Friend of yours is in town, you can give it to him. Be like, here, take your family to the parks. You get upgraded service and all this stuff. I always worried about a fake one of those because I barely even knew what the real ones look like, and then somebody with a convincing fake could definitely scam me.
I'm sure now with all the technology, it's all
digitized. In some way,
computer chipped and stuff,
or a QR code.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, QR codes only became popular because of the pandemic. QR codes.
You were right. If it wasn't for they would have died.
Right. QR codes were around for forever. Yeah. Believe me, when we started this show, and Ross will probably remember these, 2 years into having the show, we had coasters that on the back of them had a QR code because we were convinced that much like podcasting, that one we got right. This one we got wrong. We're QR codes, they're going to be huge.
Well, we got it right just way later.
We forgot to add
now we don't use them.
We forgot to add in the disease part.
But they were dead before that. COVID saved QR codes.
They really did.
They were dying, and we've yelled, they stink. Who uses this shit? And now COVID.
You know what the other big factor was that all the QR code reader apps fucking sucked and were clunky and pieces of shit. When they made it where you could just turn your camera on and it would read the QR code, that was a big step too.
Yeah, I like that. Although I will say, nothing's more embarrassing than when you step up to a place, use your phone to use the QR code, then it's going to jump to your browser on your phone. It jumps to your browser and Pornhub's up. Especially when your wife and daughter are looking over your shoulder.
But it's just Pornhub for a second, right? It's Pornhub.
Yeah, it's real fast. It's real fast. I mean, that's a horrible way to fucking. It's a horrible way to fucking end your marriage in Moe's.
Daniel runs high. He don't give it. Daniel have there's porn in his browsers right here.
Oh, right now. I got him up right now. As soon as you guys are out of here, it's Jack Crazy Mo.
It's all still in his phone. At least I delete my history.
I let the video. 1 hour. I let the video continue to run when I'm done. I just turn the volume down.
Next story, Ross. Sorry.
When I'm done, I couldn't be done with it more. I want to get a new fucking phone.
I hear you. I'm with you. I'm not a phone man anymore. I'm TV VHS now.
Don't talk about it like it's a puzzle. I'm done with it.
When I'm done with it, I glue it together and put it in a frame.
Oh, leave him alone.
All right. I mean, if you want to be all grown up about it, I haven't jerked off outside my bathroom in fucking like 2 years now.
That's an honest man. That's an honest man right there.
That's dad life.
There's
I
never
know.
not anybody in my fucking house. You know?
Don't question this man's honesty.
Yeah, it's sad to admit. I totally understand. I'm with you.
Thank you for your service.
You stand with Russ.
I stand with Russ.
I mean, you can stand
Hashtag
or
me
sit.
too.
That's the beauty of the bathroom. You can go either
They were
way.
like, smells like shit in here.
No,
This is what it's come to.
That is
If 2 or 3
terrible.
people have pre-shit the bathroom, you got to light a candle, dude. That's basic.
It's too hot there. The candle heats up the bathroom.
Who's got a lighter? I was trying to find a lighter the
I
other
use
day.
a barbecue lighter.
I had to go into the fireworks box. Sorry.
Well, I mean, the room, you can light the candle, you blow it out so the smoke can diffuse for a second, you run the fan, and then you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
He knows the tricks.
He does.
Also, I probably shouldn't have a hot box of fireworks in my garage.
No, with a lighter inside?
Yeah, with a lighter inside. And then on the side it says shake well.
I'm going to text my family during the break. All right. Next story, Ross.
All right, we got a guy in Alaska, living in Alaska in a nice little shack, and a helicopter crew was, this guy's so far out, a helicopter crew that was flying wildlife research scientists out to a mission saw this guy's tent or his shed, and he had put SOS on the top of his shack, and he's out in the yard, he's got a white flag, and he's waving for help. So they call the Coast Guard. The Coast Guard comes in and get this guy. For 10 days, a bear had been stalking him. A bear had been coming to his shack, fucking pounding on the walls. It eventually tore the door off before they got to him. And he had a pistol, but he was like low on ammo. He had a few shots left. He was like, maybe I could have made it through tonight with this few more shots in the pistol and no door, maybe not. And he was all bruised up. Like the bear had gotten him a little bit. His leg was bruised. He had chest bruising.
God.
Holy
Is it a polar bear?
It makes me wonder if he
grizzly.
saved one of those bullets for himself in case he got super mauled and he's laying there bleeding out and he's like, God damn it! You know, he does that movie, Ultimate Pain.
But it's like The Mist. He thought it was a bear. It was a helicopter come to rescue him.
Yeah.
And blows his head off.
Wow, you got me.
Wow. Hashtag spoiler. At one point, the bear got a hold of him and dragged him down to the river, but he managed to get away, got back to the shack, and the Coast Guard did rescue.
Holy shit.
Oh my God.
That is a story to tell.
I got dragged down by the river by a bear.
So, like, most bear attacks that you hear, they're terrifying. They're all, like...
What's a bear taxi?
Yeah, there's those couple of good ones where the bear takes you to the park and buys ice cream, but other than those,
You know what I mean? It's my business idea.
Bear taxi.
Don't send me any more Swimply goddamn emails for the love of God.
No, but like most bear attacks we see is like it's the initial attack and then the bear like sits on you for a while. The people that lived, obviously. The other people, we have no idea what happened.
I hate that one where the guy is like, he's like,
Okay, just eat me
Yeah,
good.
I hate
the
that
bear
guy.
man.
Yeah, I don't like that guy.
But
Go ahead,
like-
nibble me.
there's some on video too, and like the bear will maul the person and then do this weird thing where it like lays on you and breathes in your ear, and you like think you're
bears are fucking perverts.
and then it like lazily walks away and stuff, and the person's like scalp's hanging off, and like it fucks you up,
Oh, God.
dude. There's been things like that, and
don't rip my scalp off, bear.
But
God,
but this is a day after day fucking horror movie, right? I
well,
saw
he knows he has to
10
prepare. So
days.
once the thing goes away, you have to lay there and wait. And you know that it's coming, and you don't get the music montage and get to set up all the Home Alone traps because you're injured.
I would have said no way the bear would have torn down the door. Like I'm like that only happens in movies.
Maybe,
you know what I'm saying?
maybe he left the door open. Silk Sonic.
It's the equivalent of a shark biting your boat, like Jaws or whatever. Like I would assume the door and the shack would have been fine for like protection against grizzly bears. Like it wouldn't have gone to the extent of like ripping the shack apart to kill you.
Bang, bang, bang. On the door, baby.
Did he get to shoot the bear at all? Like it dragged him down to like he had a pistol. I assume that he would have shot it a couple times.
Yeah, if he's low on ammo, I'm assuming he made a couple shots.
Yeah.
Dan, I really want to see a movie where a kid is defending a house, Home Alone style, against a bear. Now that sounds fucking awesome.
I mean,
He just walks right through the paint cans and kills you good.
PETA, like it would be sitting there dipping its paws in the paint and like rubbing it on its tongue. Like PETA would never let you do it.
Just crunching micro machines under its giant paws.
Yeah.
So, like,
They'd never let you burn the top of its head, though.
do you think? Okay, is it possible?
Great outdoors. They did a bear's ass.
That's true. You're right.
Yep.
Is it possible that it could be a tall tale a little bit? Okay, hold on.
There was that one lady, remember, that went missing, and then like the kidnapped, and then she sure enough, it was like she was just crazy the whole time.
Like, I do this a little bit. Like, something happens to me, like a bear fucks me up a little bit, pulls me to the river, I run back, and then
you say you spent a 10-day ordeal.
It's been a 10-day ordeal because I'm like, while I'm sitting there in my shack, I can be like,
Ross, is this guy an influencer at all?
This guy claims he got knocked off of an ATV by the bear. The bear then picked up the ATV, threw it in the river along with his phone.
No.
This guy got drunk and ran his ATV in the river, didn't he?
Bears do not throw ATVs in the river. Even they know the value of an ATV.
Is there any proof that the bear even existed, or is this?
Did anyone see the bear besides?
Is this all his story?
It's weird because he did describe it as a unicorn bear. It had a horn.
Because, I mean, he was living out in the woods. He could be a crazy person, and then he could...
you might as well have named this bear Delta
miraculously did not have a scratch on his face, but had bruises and a knee injury.
That's called wrecking.
This guy wrecked his ATV.
Sam, well done.
Because I saw this story, too.
Sam nailed it.
And then I'm like, oh, my God. Now, I have heard
He drove his ATV.
And then he had no way to get back because his ATV was at the bottom of that river, so he's SOS-ing it.
So he climbed up, and then he spun a bear tail.
There in that Netflix show alone, right? That competition or whatever. They have grizzlies up there. It's up in like fucking Canada or whatever. All they gave them was like a flare. Well, I think the flare was for emergencies, but like a horn, air horn. And they're like, air horn will scare them away. And they built these, like, their shacks were made out of trees and shit and whatever, they built their own shelters, and not one of them, and they were all survival experts, were worried about the bear actually coming into. Now, they would hang their food and shit, and maybe that's what
I call bullshit, because it says that he told news that he was in shock over the entire thing. He says the bear tried for days to get into the cabin, but couldn't, even though he didn't have a door. This cabin didn't have a door and the bear couldn't get in?
Well, that kind of makes sense because they're not like super
Bears
intelligent.
are much like vampires. You have to invite them in.
But I assumed they'd circle and then find the opening. Yeah.
This old man's a liar.
It would smell you going in the door, right? Yeah. That's how the smell works. It would smell you walking in the door and go like, hey, you went this way?
Yeah.
I think that's what my dog does when I've got spaghetti sauce on my toes.
Also, if a grizzly grabs you, it's going to do more than bruise you. If it grabs you by its mouth, it'll literally sink its teeth.
I saw what it did to Leo.
Yeah, how would you get away?
Might be a gentle lover.
Shaking it, if it shook you a couple times, it'll fuck you up. Like that hunter that got attacked by a grizzly, it's basically scalped him, like just because it bit his head and it was like gnawing on his head, and then I mean literally almost disemboweled him, like all this stuff just from the bear, like minorly attacking him. So it seems like this.
I think we figured it out.
Tall tale.
Yeah, I think we got it.
Oh. Fun Friday.
Sorry, Ross.
Who would lie about that kind of thing? I'm with Bearman.
What else you got, Ross?
Oh shit! I don't. A little bit after my time. I don't know if you guys were Arthur fans. They're canceling Arthur.
Yeah.
Arthur is done.
Arthur
really?
is done. After like what? 25 years? 20 years?
25 years of Arthur. Yeah, and yep.
Yeah, Arthur, the beloved children's cartoon. Isn't Arthur? He's one of the most famous memes. He's the one where his fist, right?
The Arthur fist meme.
Yeah, that is a very world famous meme.
It's funny that
most famous part of Arthur is the Arthur meme.
Yeah.
And that's gotta hurt that artist.
I've never even seen the cartoon,
right,
but I know what you're talking about.
I know. Like it's so weird that we live in a time where that's gotta hurt a little bit, right?
Maybe not. Maybe you're like, hey, so many people have got to see my art because of that meme.
Yeah.
Like,
okay. That's a positive way to spin it.
Billions of people have seen my art.
Okay.
And if their meme never existed, now I don't make any money off of it. It's completely
it's
meaningless.
mocking my life's work. Yeah.
But a lot of people have seen it.
Yeah.
The Calvin and Hobbes guy does not like Calvin pissing on shit. I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
I like he doesn't like it.
And he can't control it.
Come on.
Every flea market in the world.
He doesn't think it's a little funny. He's mad at it.
No, I think Ross is right. He's very, very unhappy.
Like I've heard he personally reports them if he sees them. Like that level.
That's awesome. Oh man.
And so they're going to stop making them, but you know how PBS does. They'll be showing this show for the rest of the fucking time. This article I got is kind of damning with faint praise. Here we go. Arthur has covered important topics such as same-sex marriage.
Right. Right.
Yeah. You didn't have to go plural on that. Yeah, and that was only a couple years ago or last year.
Yeah.
It was when
very recent. Yeah,
it was only last year, like when Mr. Ratso or whatever married his partner. Yeah.
Dude, I was listening, and NPR had a big thing on like how females in sports are basically like a lot of it, their performances. Like, there's a lot of like dudes telling ladies what to wear in sports,
right?
And they were talking about the first time they were going to introduce female boxing. They were telling the female boxers, they're like, okay, we're going to let you box, but you got to do it in skirts. And I was like, that's fucked up. And then they were like, that was 7 years ago. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, the Arthur story was like, I want to say right before the pandemic. So, anyway.
It's kind of funny, right? Just, I mean, if you're just laughing at how absurd that is funny. Anyway.
Yeah.
It's 2019, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Ridiculous. Ross, who's going to be on your show?
The last Tots with Ross was Sean Finnerty, you guys.
Nice.
Sean Finnerty, you guys know him as a funny Irish comedian from around town. Host of, was it The Amazing Race? Remember when we had him and the mayor in for that fucking race thing?
Yeah, it was the Cannonball.
Something Cannonball.
Fireball, I think it was a Fireball
run, Cannonball run, something run, bubblegum yum.
There's Gumball Rally.
Gumball.
That might...
No.
But Gumball Rally is from New York to Vegas, right? Or something. LA.
Yeah.
New York,
Sounds like you got a real good handle on that. Hey, I don't have a Foley thing for you guys today. Real quick, I want to try something with you guys if you don't mind.
Yes.
Does Mike Busey listen to the show at all, do you think?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
So do you guys remember my favorite prank when I knew we were going to go to the camping store and buy like $500 worth of camping stuff, and I knew like somebody was going to ask us, hey, you guys going camping? And I had my whole family ready to just look at him dead-eyed and go, no. And we did it, and it fucking rattled the guy.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's my theory. I think we're going to get there, and you guys are going to be like, hey, Mike Busey, here's Seth Petrozelli. You might know him. He knocked out Kimbo Slice. And I'll be like,
Oh,
no. Check. 1, 2 on my back.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're back
now. You're back now.
Sorry, incoming call. So I think Busey's going to know Petrozelli. You guys are going to introduce me. He's like, look, comment, don't give a fuck, whatever. I think it'd be funny if just if like all the scumbags listening are coming out to Johnny's on Saturday. Give Seth his appropriate pop, give Busey a good pop. But when you guys introduce me, just go fucking nuts.
Yeah, let's go bananas.
Freak out my Busey.
No, all right, we can do that.
Yeah.
Although
that'll
Seth,
probably happen naturally
Seth
anyway.
backed out.
Seth's not going.
scared.
Yeah.
He's a pussy.
Yeah, he's
No,
terrified.
he's
He's absolutely terrified.
Yeah, he backed out.
All right, same pranks then, but with John Bustecker, I'm assuming.
No, Tuttle. We
It's
replaced
Tuttle.
Tuttle. Yeah.
He's afraid of nothing.
Yeah. Who's also
That's not great.
has his personal assistant email us every day, asking what
Yeah.
exact placement he should stand
He
in.
wants the latitude and longitude
I'm supposed to
and the
send a
exact
car
time.
for him.
I can't wait to meet the person that is Tuttle's assistant.
No.
We think
We
it's
don't know
Tuttle with a wig.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a whole
60% it's Tuttle with a wig.
Yeah.
40%
It
it's
could
a
be
guy.
that bear that attacked that old man.
It's got a whole Bates Motel vibe to it.
His name is Vulture, and that's not a lie.
Yeah,
that's true.
This is Saul Goodman with an English accent. Is that what we're talking
Yeah,
about?
something.
Absolutely. Love you, brother. We'll see you tomorrow, man. Be good.
All right, see ya, Johnny's.
All right, man.
See ya, Ross.
Later. That is Ross McCoy. Go check out his podcast. You will enjoy it. Music. We got to take a break, right?
Yep.
And we don't know what's happening. We're running it loose today. I like it.
Our guest should be here soon.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. I got good stuff for us today. we get to play the brand new Descendants album. We get to play brand new Turnstile. We have brand new music from this band called Left Field Messiah. It's kind of funky. I think you will get it and love it. The name of the song is Hot Knife Hits. It's funky. We'll be back with more on Mediocre Time, 1-844-TOMNDAN. Picture yourself out on a brand new motorcycle, the wind in your hair or the lack thereof.
Okay.
I had to cover everybody.
All right, yeah.
I had to cover everybody.
Because
the last time I did one of these, I had a lot of baldos that hit me up in the email
yeah.
section. They're like, yo, we like motorcycles too. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. That's not fair.
If you're looking for a toy, a fast toy.
Yeah. Fairville Omega. Oh, sorry. No. We're Seminole Power Sports.
Yeah.
I am, dude. I'm this close to calling Kirby and the Seminole Power Sports team and asking them to track me down the 2022 Honda Monkey. Have you seen this thing?
Yeah.
I want one. So it's a tiny motorcycle. It's on the Grom platform.
Yeah.
But it's vintage. So it looks like the Grom. It's the Grom, but it's basically a 1960s Grom.
Yeah.
It's so cool. And they used to make them back in the day. Very similar to my Honda Ruckus. My Ruckus 49 cc's. That thing just puts it around. That's a twist and fart. It is so much fun. And I'm so glad I got it from Seminole Power Sports before they were even a client.
Yep. If you're looking for jet skis, side-by-sides, four-wheelers,
Honda
dirt
Monkey.
bikes, cruisers, they've got an entire gigantic showroom. Just walk into the showroom. It's huge.
And be safe. Get all the gear. Wear the helmet.
Oh, they got everything.
Yeah, but you can get all of that there while you're there.
Honda generators, Yeti coolers. Their showroom is stock full of all accessories.
Don't forget in Eustis, they have Suzuki. If that's if you want to go down that's fast.
Yep.
You want to go fast, so you can go to Eustis.
There's 2 locations, one there, Reinhardt Road in Sanford.
That's where I got my scooter.
And then one in Eustis, and like Daniel said, they got Suzuki up in Eustis, but all the other brands that Seminole Power Sports has.
Yeah.
And a great service department. I've taken my dirt bike there, my son's four-wheelers, both to get service there.
Yeah.
They do a great job. And if you're looking for any toy, go and talk to the guys at Seminole Power Sports.
Absolutely. Get yourself a motorcycle, and because they are number one in fast fun at Seminole Power Sports. Is that brand new Descendants, or is that old Descendants that was probably recorded in 04? You'll have to look it up. Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha's here. Butler's here. We have special guests that are here. Let me turn on these cameras and all said microphones here, sir.
It's been a while since we've had this gentleman in, and I'm curious to see how he's
gone
through the pandemic and the Sausage
shutdown.
Castle.
Yeah.
Mike Busey's here. How you doing, Mike?
I'm doing fantastic.
Thanks
for having me.
Man. Yeah, thanks for coming in.
Also, Miguel Cologne's here. How you doing, Miguel?
I'm good. Before we start, which show is this? The one where Mike can curse?
Yes.
We're good.
That's a good question to ask.
You do whatever you want. I knew
Miguel's a pro. He knows.
Yeah. No, I knew Mike prefers the shows that you can say whatever you want.
We go ODB. We like to go.
I like to hang out with adults.
Yeah, I got you.
So Mike, what is happening with the Sausage Castle now? And we've been texting back and forth a little bit through the pandemic, and you showed me some renovations you guys have done, and you have a straight up compound, adult playground. I don't know what to call it, but you have so many things on your property now. Pit bike course.
Oh damn! Yeah, I didn't even know about any of this.
I did a lot of shopping during this whole thing.
Yeah. So tell us about everything you did.
Well, I stayed in my home for 122 days without leaving my driveway.
Okay.
Which I was very proud of myself. I like to keep streaks, I'm a historical. I'm like, 122 days. I think I'll go outside finally. So I wanted to play it safe because I'm, a little obese.
Yeah.
I'm not as young as I used to be, so I had to play my cards right.
Well, I was going to ask you when everything first, started going down, like this time last year when it was lockdown.
I had just came back from Colombia. with
Yeah,
me and
we talked
Miguel.
to you, yeah.
Yeah, we
We
talked.
just talked to you about the-
during
yeah.
quarantine cribs. we were
Oh
talking-
yeah. We did the whole really horrible internet tour of the house.
No, but it was great because we got to see the coat hanger you used.
I still got it. Same one.
Yeah.
I did have to clean off the end of it the other day. I felt like I was taking off some of the patina of the
Yeah,
the value of it might go
yeah.
down a little bit.
That's
but-
true. That's true.
Yeah.
You want to leave it original.
And so, did you have you weren't able to have parties and everything, or were you? How did that work?
No, we kind of like shut down and just even though I was being hella irresponsible in Colombia, I'm pretty sure the ladies of the night maybe not have been fully vaccinated at the time we were there.
Oh, yeah.
And,
Smallpox vaccination.
I mean, if we're having problems with vaccines now, I can only imagine
Oh,
then.
that was before they were even invented.
didn't have them.
Yeah.
Or maybe the Colombian prostitutes have the antibodies inside them, and maybe that's why I'm still alive.
I mean, maybe that's
The thing that was weird was right around that time. It was like the beginning of March, like 2020, and we were like, this isn't going to be that big of a deal, like we'll have it all under control. And we kept saying, like, you would see more and more stuff happen, and we're like, no, that's not that big. It was when fucking Disney closed.
Yeah.
That honestly,
I was
we
like,
were
that's it.
Yeah, we were like, this is serious, man.
For us, it was
Yeah.
the NBA.
Yeah.
Like when the
Yeah.
NBA, where they were like, we're done. We're
Except
like, oh.
some of these players may or may not have been in my house.
Oh, during the bubble, let me say this, man. Yeah, like without
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, you're gonna snitch?
Yeah, I ain't naming no
Hey,
names.
we ain't
Just
naming
saying
no
the bubble
names.
wasn't airtight.
How
The
do-
bubble wasn't
Oh,
airtight.
it was airtight. What?
How does that work as far as because you hang out with a lot of celebrities and they end up at the castle all the time? How they contact you through social media directly?
Every which way.
and
Ain't
they,
no hassle at the castle.
Sometimes it'll be like a guy in a back alley, like, "Psst, hey, come here. Hey, listen, blah, 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 wants to come to your house.
And you don't know if it's true or not at first. They're like, sometimes they hit you up like, hey man, so-and-so wants to come over your house. Like, who are you? You're like, I'm his guy. And you're like, I don't know. But then you start going through his Instagram. You're like, there's a lot of fucking pictures with him and the guy.
I was about to say, we're verifying the old bullshit.
So wait a minute.
It's
I'm
funny
glad
that
that I look at Miguel as a professional, and I'm glad to know that my technique of
It works.
him and the guy works.
And then you
it's
gotta
called
check-
him and the guy.
That's exactly it. And then you know what you got to do too, though. You got to see where him and the guy are.
Yes.
Because if you're like him and the guy are at all these like radio meet and greets, he doesn't fucking know. The guy works
Right, right.
promotions.
If there's a step and repeat behind him, and he's
Yeah.
like doing this, like, hey.
Yeah.
But if him and the guy are like sitting on a couch somewhere watching Shawshank Redemption, you're like, holy shit, he knows the
Wait a
guy.
minute.
Yeah, Miguel knows you. He's
Yeah.
a pro. I told you. What did I say?
And then, do they tell you, hey, no, because obviously, Mike being an influencer, they know that all.
Is that what we're calling it now?
That's what it
A
is.
bad
now.
influencer.
That's what it is now. And so they are probably concerned about their picture being on the internet.
We've
right?
had some of the biggest like people that everyone's heard of that in our living room, and I've never took a photo of them. It's very frustrating because I'm just like, come on.
This would be great.
Yeah, but you want to, but you also don't want to. Yeah,
Make them
it would-
uncomfortable.
It would
Yeah.
ruin the whole thing.
Yeah.
They would kill it in one like nuance.
Do they
You know,
ask
you
you
do
to-
it and it's done?
Do they ask you to turn your like security cameras off and stuff?
No,
Like, is that-
I've had some of them like sketched out a little bit at first because in order to get in, we make everyone like sign in saying that you're over 18, and then
Yeah, you
you're
have
not
a
like
process.
smoking crack and stuff. You're not going to steal stuff. You're going to try to sue me.
Yeah,
There's a lot of like legalities before you actually enter the gates. But we've had some pretty big people over there. And then at first, they're kind of like apprehensive, and then like an hour into it, they're like, "Bruh," and then they're filming it. I'm like, oh, what's going on here? Like, we're allowed to film now, or
Yeah. What about me? Yeah, it's my house.
It's weird because like I make most of my living off like sharing my everyday life with the world.
Yeah.
So I'll be in like this really cool magical moment. I'm like, holy cow, like 3-6 Mafia and Insane Clown Posse is doing karaoke at 6 a.m. in my living room. I want to film this. This is weird. Like, what's going on here? But then sometimes, you want to enjoy the moment for yourself, and then sometimes you feel like you're cheating. At least I do. I feel like I'm being selfish. Even if I'm having sex with someone, I'm like, my members want to see this. Not all of them. So
That's what I tell my wife.
I crop my wiener out really good.
I think the worst is the like when something like says like you'll have like 3-6 Mafia doing karaoke at the house, and like you're
What
like,
do
I
they
shouldn't-
choose to sing? I feel
Everybody
like
does Journey.
what are they, John
Everybody
Denver?
does Journey, bro.
Christopher Cross.
But when something like that happens, and you're like, no, we shouldn't film this, and then later on you see like some random ass person that was at the party, they got it on the Instagram, and they're like,
There's
they're
etiquette
like,
to
They're like
it.
talking to DJ Paul. They're like, can we post this? Like, of course you can post it. I'm like, what what the fuck?
yeah, that's got to be frustrating for sure, man.
So now, when the celebrities come over and they do party, do they stay at the castle? Do they?
We're
take
notorious for them like having some fancy like hotel somewhere, or if there's like a production or something, and we're filming a TV show or whatever, they'll be like, they'll send their like PA like, hey, y'all just go back to the hotel. I'm gonna stay here, and they'll normally just stay at the house because they don't want to like stop partying.
It's the next morning that's really dope when you're like, you're walking around the house just doing regular work, and there's this dude who yesterday was this celebrity to you, because it's still like that for us too. Like, I'm like, this guy's a fucking celebrity, he's huge, and now he's like sitting around the pool and he's like, is there a KFC nearby?
Everybody's just a human being.
Normal. Yeah.
I think
I love tater wedges.
Yeah.
that does kind of ruin it. Like, I'm sure you guys have felt it. You're being around celebrities and some of the biggest celebrities and well-known people in the world, and then you see they're just like a human, and they're lazy and fat like the rest of us. Or whatever.
Like everybody else.
You're pretty handsome, bro. I don't know. Stop talking like
they
that.
still take stinky shits like the rest of us. You're just like, this is a human being.
You always be surprised by some interaction you have or something you find out. Like, I have seen some of the biggest people in the game, but yet they still don't have like their shit together sometimes. And it's like, what? You don't have like that? Or this just drunken, creepy guy is your manager? I'm just like, how the fuck did you make all these movies? Or like, how did your life get to this point?
We've seen a bit of that. We've seen a bit of that with big name comedians. The Juan story.
Yeah.
Where we were, we were working with a big name comedian, and we hooked him up with our buddy, and basically he like just. He took advantage of our buddy.
I got stories.
Yeah, and we fell on the hook bad because we were like,
everyone's
bad
at life.
We're like, this
how is a small piece of people that are actually good at life?
I won't tell you details, which is probably going to frustrate the listeners. But we had a billionaire, multiple, like not one digit, but in the 30 billionaire range, and I'm like thinking, oh my god, this guy is like. This is going to be cool. We're going to do some type of business with him.
Because we still get that feeling of life-changing moment, We're a billionaire now.
We like to do business. We like to like-minded energy. We want to work with positive, cool people that, I look up to a lot of people still. And I'm just like, oh, wow, I'd love to do business with you. And then until, like, you get that one text, hey, bro, blah, 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 blah. And you're like, oh, my God, this guy's a shitbag. I'm like, this guy's got problems. Then you feel like, I don't know you, bro, but I feel like I should tell you, like, maybe you should get some help. And I'm just like, and then it gets, we can't even.
Yeah, but people think, but no offense, but do you guys worry that people think that you guys are
they think I'm fucking, they think I'm banging up heroin in my eyes, snorting coke. I'm not, like I've said before on the show, I've never smoked weed. I don't judge.
But that's got to make you go crazy because, like, perception is, including some people that just pop in the chat room, whatever, it doesn't matter. They'll see you and be like, well, you're that guy.
Or people will want to come over on a Tuesday afternoon, like, hey, can we come by? And it's like a celebrity, like, sure. And you get there, and they're like, where's all the girls in the party? And we're like, we're fucking doing the trees, man. We're trimming the trees on the property right now.
It's Tuesday at 2 p.m. What do you think this is? But it's funny you say that because I constantly scream at Daniel, how does this person not have their shit together? How does it work? Like, they have to have people. They have to have a system.
We don't understand it. We get perplexed.
To see celebrities that got into a certain a place in their life, I'm like, how is it they're so unorganized, and why don't they have a fucking mic to talk into? Like, what the fuck?
We had the biggest reggaeton artists in the world at our house.
Had no idea who he was.
I got Mike on reggaeton artists now because we've been doing videos.
We're like the gringo dons.
Yeah, he doesn't want to fuck. Mike doesn't want to fuck with white rappers anymore. It's all reggaeton artists. They're just polite and cool.
You got to evolve.
Yeah. How did he end up?
Because they wanted to shoot a video at the place, and so we got hooked up. But it's like 3:00 in the morning. Here's this dude, huge, like multi-millions of followers, 12, 15 million followers, loaded rich. 3:00 in the morning, just like any like white sorority girl at 3 in the morning. He's looking looking for his phone, freaking out. Where's my phone? Where's my phone?
Well, it
And I'm
wasn't in
"You're the
English.
big-
She was like,
yeah.
mira,
This is the biggest reggaeton artist in the world, and he can't fucking locate his phone. And it's like you're watching people do that, and you're like, you should have all your shit together. You should have 3 guys who keep an eye on your fucking phone for you. And this guy's like, "Where's my phone? Where's my phone?"
And it's like this whole thing with the comedians that do interviews with us over Zoom.
Oh, this
and
bothers
them
him. This bothers Tom a lot.
Not having the $100 mic that Tuttle has that talks into. It's like how do you not have this?
And it goes down from there. I mean, you could even just have a nice pair of earbuds.
Yeah,
that
they could
Bluetooth
buy
it.
Tuttle's mic from him.
Yeah,
probably.
yeah. Oh my
You know,
god,
let me rent it from you. Oh hell yeah, man.
I have like a philosophy on things like that, and this is not just business. I think that like no one can be like 100% like got their shit together. You can be like 80% there. The other 20% is going to be pretty detrimental, but you'll still be able to get by. It's just like there's not a perfect human. They could look attractive, they could be smart, have a college degree, and have a good job, but then they're like cheating on their wife every day or they got a gambling problem.
Right.
There's always that 20% area that I think we just all should maybe hopefully work on, and some of them just don't try to at all.
Yeah, but it's
you got to try.
Everybody's flawed,
just a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
but and so let's talk about like business.
There's a lot to talk about. We haven't been here in a while.
Well, let's talk about the additions and what you guys did on the property first, because you teased it a little bit. But like,
can I take my sons to ride the mini bikes? Basically, that's what that's okay. All right.
I bought a Scrambler as a Carnival ride since I've seen you last.
Oh, I love the Scrambler.
You got a
Again, I'm gonna list off the things we bought since.
Hold on,
I love the Scrambler.
How much
man.
does the Scrambler run?
$25,000.
Damn.
Guys, you don't know how many
that's
times.
a lot more expensive than
I thought it was a good deal. I was like
He
$25,000.
bought the Scrambler, and I was
I
like,
think you got screwed on the
Did you
Scrambler.
guys know that's my childhood?
definitely
The
done
first ride I ever went on.
Scrambler?
I love the fucking Scrambler.
"Oh,
Yeah,
we became
first ride I ever
carnies.
went
We
on.
became carnies for like a 4-month stretch. We were deep in the game. No, because
we had like 20 or so Carnival rides surrounding the whole property.
Yeah, we had a whole crew of carnies that hooked us up with all these rides, and we convinced them to use us as a showroom.
Shout out to Big O Amusements.
Big O Amusements and JR.
All right, shout out to Big O Amusements and JR.
Yeah, man, you want a carny guy.
You want
His
a
mom-
scrambler? He'll
his
scramble
mom
you good.
Is no lie the carny queen. Like
A Big O?
yeah, like you mentioned
Shout
JR.
out to Clarice.
Yeah,
I got a call from the state of Florida. They're like, "Hey, Mike, I need to talk to you. I heard you got a little amusement park down there, but I heard you."
Who's this Grady Judd? Who is this?
Oh, this guy is straight from
Michael.
Tallahassee. He's like, "Hey, this date inspector here down in Tallahassee. But I heard you working with Miss Judy down there in Big Old Amusement. You're gonna be all right now.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna forward you over some of the protocol
Tallahassee
you
called
need."
us up to let us know, hey, before you worry, we'll take care of you.
Well, they thought you were
Oh,
opening
that
like
means Big O's
Busey's
got some money in the
Oh,
state.
Big O's got pulled.
Yeah.
They're in Ohio. They're everywhere. Big O's got pulled to the enough point where like crossing Miss Judy in the carny world is like a carny sin.
My
You
favorite thing.
cross me, you ain't never gonna spin a gravitron anywhere. bitch.
We're not even giving. Yeah, oh yeah, she's about that life.
My favorite thing is because of where the Sausage Castle geographically has been located, that you have to deal with a lot of good old boys and good old Florida boys that literally have to, but they have to. You're richer than your property owner.
Well, but
and
in some
you're like
ways they can be
millionaire.
reasonable though too.
Yeah, but they have to be like, all right, Mike, and then it's like talking to you about your amusement park that you're building.
Their big concern was, and this was the crazy part. Their big concern wasn't that we were running an amusement park. It was that we weren't going to be, that we didn't know the rules to run in one. They're like, we're going to tell you how to do everything, make sure it's all good. Miss Judy said to take care of you, and we're like, we're actually just having these rides for ourselves. And they were like, nobody buys like $200,000 worth of rides for themselves. Yeah, we did.
Crazy person.
Yeah, they thought we were like running like a whole like Fun and Wheels fun center.
just Miguel running.
That's it. Hey, we all had to have a meeting to get
Wow.
cross-trained. Like, I remember the meeting to get cross-trained on the Scrambler.
We filmed it.
Yeah, to teach every employee how to operate it so that if we had a drunken Scrambler night, everybody could do it. And one of our codes is if you're going to operate the Scrambler, you've got to follow all the safety rules. And one of the safety rules is you have to have your shirt off and a cigarette dangling from your lip.
Carney protocol.
Yeah, because that keeps it Carney Protocol 100.
Oh my god!
I like telling Blanchard insurance about this and then fainting. A Scrambler.
We're like,
It's a right
And
could
the
definitely kill
Scrambler
you.
goes,
Yeah.
man.
Oh,
When you get that first
Frank
whip,
took
when
the
it's like,
course.
Yeah.
Apparently, if you put too much hydraulic fluid, it goes
It goes
more
way too
faster.
fast.
That's-
Yeah, it'll take
gotta
you to the
leak it.
future.
You've learned a few things.
Have you seen that video of that one ride that started wobbling back and
I
forth?
sent it to him.
And then the people started.
I don't like getting those videos anymore.
I was surprised.
They tried to hold it down. I would.
I love that. I love that. The confidence.
All those videos are great until you actually own a ride. You're like, yeah, I don't want to see that.
That made me like it restored some faith in society. I'm
Yeah,
like,
but
holy
not in
shit!
me, 'cause
No,
I'm
it
not
didn't
doing
restore
that.
faith. I realized why people can't figure out to wear mask or not wear mask or what's going on because they think they're strong enough to hold a goddamn ride up. They're like, everybody, if we
You're right,
just
yeah.
push forward.
You're right. They didn't do shit.
Yeah.
Because they've seen that stupid "people are awesome" meme where it's
Yeah.
like people are great and it's the car that's about to go in the ravine and all the people are sitting there on their phone like scrolling,
Yeah.
sitting there waiting for the police to come. And it's like, that never fucking happened.
Dude, that's
not real.
I sent the video to everybody. I said, "Did you see this video?" I was like, "Did you notice the operator was wearing a shirt and he didn't have a cigarette?" I was like, and now you wonder why they're in this situation.
So, how many do you still have the rides? On
We still have the Scrambler. Big O took their rides on the road because that's what happened was it was during COVID, so they weren't on the road. So we had rides there.
We
had
wanted to store them.
Yeah, so we had them stored there.
we
and
were
then-
we were painting them, pressure washing them.
We were having a blast. And
awesome.
we had a guy working for us, and we literally turned him into a carny to the point where you could tell he had a new dream now. Like, he would just be like, well, we got the slide up, and it's looking good. And all he would talk to us about every day was the carnival rides and how they were doing.
I've always said
fantastic.
too, though. People are like, "Don't trust those rides. The guys that operate them are on meth." And I'm like, "That's pretty good. Like, I want them to be on
Yeah.
meth because on meth, like if you told me they were stoned,
Yeah.
then they'll
Well,
forget the.
Well, I
bolts.
just don't want them. I just don't want them not taking their drug of choice.
Yeah. I need
want
these
them
guys.
on their whatever it is, oxy. What? Just
where they're
do
most
it.
comfortable, yeah.
If you're not on it, don't operate the ride. That's unsafe.
I want to drug test them, and if they're not on uppers, they're fired.
Yeah, I'm
It'll
just saying,
help them.
be on
Yeah.
what makes you feel the best because that's going to save my
Reggie
life.
ain't got no oxy. Get him off the tilt-a-whirl. We don't need another Austin situation.
So, besides from
We were very productive during, all this.
Is it just hey, well, let's make the whole property more?
Well, I kind of went through like a bunch of different phases. First, I was like, "Oh, what the fuck is going on? Is this real? Is this like some crazy Armageddon Bible shit?" Like, I was,
Really, you did some soul searching.
no, I definitely did. I went
120 days not leaving the driveway. Man
Yeah.
thinks about a lot of shit.
I definitely like. I took a lot of this pretty serious, and then I kind of like analyzed a lot of things, not just without doubts of work. It gave me a time, a moment to pause and like reevaluate my business and what I was doing.
Yeah.
So I tried to be like, all right, it's like you're grounded to your room. Everyone should, better themselves somehow. So I definitely like did some soul searching, got really motivated, and then the gay interior designer that used to live inside of me in a past life, it came out. I would start decorating shit, painting things, and went a little crazy on Amazon. Did a lot of
Nice.
Facebook Marketplace. We started a show called Sausage Pickers where we show up and buy random things, and bought an airplane, built a putt-putt course.
Bought an airplane for decoration, not for flight.
Oh, what kind of airplane?
A plane that was crashed
Definitely
somewhere
some drug
in St.
running.
Cloud. Yeah, that this guy's like, it's been crashed in my property for 20 years. We were
So I
like,
gave
let's
him
hold on.
$800 and I put it on a trailer that was smaller than the plane. And
but you
they told
bought-
me I couldn't do it, but I made it happen.
You bought an airplane from a guy in St. Cloud that had it was crashed in his property
Yeah.
for 18 years.
What do
Yeah.
you do with it?
What did he do with
Well,
it?
now it's like a big prop. I put a Pablo Escobar mannequin in there, and I put like a bunch of like cool decorating.
We put it in
Can
our
you go in
putt-putt
there and like
course,
hang
though.
out?
No,
Like,
we put it in
I
our
mean, you
putt-putt
can.
course. We built the
We did
putt-putt
have a
course.
stripper fall through the glass top of it and shattered, like, fuck her leg up pretty bad.
Oh.
So what we did
She
was-
signed a waiver.
Yeah,
My
label
God,
was
she's
signed.
got to go fund me. She's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we built a putt-putt course in the front of the house, 9 holes. I was
In the front, classy.
Yeah, and I was
Don't build it in the
against-
back.
No, hell no.
Put it in the front.
I was against this putt-putt course
Why?
every minute.
Why
Oh.
were you against it?
Oh, because like, take a guess what you think it costs to make a 9-hole putt-putt course in front of your house.
Hold on.
Are we using concrete?
If you guess $17,000, you guess it.
$17,000. Yeah,
Real concrete, real like.
That's the way
apparently
you do
the
it.
AstroTurf
Scrambler.
stuff is
cheaper
like
than a scrambler.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. What would you rather have, though? Like
Both, all of it. I want all of
I
it.
play a whole. I'm no lie, guys. I play 3 holes every fucking day. I come to work now.
Really?
And I was big against it. And every time I'm like,
Yeah.
nobody's looking.
We bought the cute little ball washer.
Oh, yeah, we have custom
a whole
cards
We
for
have
it.
custom the little holes, like the stroke scorecard thing.
Have you guys watched Holy Moly? Okay.
Oh, you're gonna watch it. That'll give you so many ideas.
It's kind of a kid show, but
I already have enough ideas.
We settle stuff with the putt-putt course now, too, though. We're like
Holes
3
for
holes?
holes.
Yeah, we're like 3 holes.
Bought a cop
3 holes.
car. We started a police foundation called Sausage County. Sheriff, you have the right to shut the fuck up. Protecting and serving that ass. Made a logo. We built like 10 brands.
And you're not supposed to make a cop car look 100% like a cop car, but where's the fun in that?
We definitely haven't driven off the property
If this thing
yet.
leaves the property, we're all going to jail for like 3 years.
so all I've heard is you wasted a lot of money.
Whoa!
Or invested.
I'm in the Tom and Dan cave of everything's logoed.
Yeah, but this was scammed, like cheap, and we're still paying for it.
We're out there.
I'm
We're out
joking.
there providing jobs for people.
I love it. I love it.
And so, how does it work now as far as like visitors to the castle? And I know like your members, and you still have member parties. Is
Yeah,
that starting back up?
we've been 100% back up and running as of recently. So we
No, you're the reason why the numbers have spiked.
we've definitely
we had a nurse
spent way too much money on stuff like
we had a nurse checking
protocols.
people out in the beginning of everything, like getting everybody's temperatures and all that stuff. And then the nurse just wanted to party, and we were like, okay, because the nurse would be like wasted. And I'm like,
The nurse like, I can't taste my vodka.
That's one of the biggest problems.
Put her on the scrambler.
Yeah, wake her up.
That'll get it out of her.
Scramble her taste back.
Yeah, there you go.
One of the
You gotta
biggest.
scramble your taste. You got to play 3 holes and then get on the scrambler. Call me in the morning.
Dude, listen, I mean, we're doing this event tomorrow. Me and Daniel's like,
We don't know where the fuck we are with this fucking
A
thing.
month and a half
All
ago-
hell's breaking loose. A month and a half ago, everything
It's like
was
everyone's
fine.
like, all right, it's fine, you're vaccinated, go out there.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, don't go.
Yeah,
I'm like,
now,
fuck.
I wake up this morning, my wife fucking goes to kiss me with a mask on. I'm like, God damn it, it's happening again. What the
Before
fuck?
coming here, I was just kind of like, I was taking a shower. I was like, where do we want to go with this? Because there's so many like areas we could go. You could get the funny, serious business side of Mike and Miguel, or you could have like
Serious scrambler purchases.
No. It's always we've always aired towards let's make fun of everything.
Yeah,
Fuck it.
but
we're
also
all in the same
be
position.
respectful to people and their level of comfortability.
Yeah,
and that's
the
the
thing.
shit that I'm seeing that's making me mad.
Yeah.
Is that people are not being cool with each other on their level of comfortability. You have to be cool to each other. You have to.
Hands down,
That's
yeah.
the only thing you have to do is be
Yeah.
nice to each other.
So
Fuck.
My problem with a lot of it is I feel a lot of it got politicized, and we're getting different information, this and that. Everything's always changing and moving. And last I checked, most people I associate with aren't fucking scientists. So I know this shit's real, and I know it's fucking horrible. But I have a lot of deep fucking issues and qualms about a lot of things. And I tried to like stay out of all that political shit.
Yeah.
You know, because I feel like just like y'all, our job, like, you know, may not be considered essential, but your physical health is important, as always. As you can tell, me and Miguel have definitely neglected some of those things.
it's fine.
But we're
It's a
providing
protest.
an escape from all that. Like, we're entertainers, and our job is to help people not think of all that shit. They don't listen to Tom and Dan show or the Mike Busey podcast show.
Yeah, to get their science advice.
Yeah, they're not. They don't want to hear that shit. They might want to hear what our view on it is and stuff. But I realize
They don't
like,
wanna hear that.
I don't want to be. I don't want to be
wanna
like
hear
another
that.
person in media. Like, well, guys, this is what I think. It's like, what the fuck do I know? I don't even know what does this and how this does, and I can't even explain to you scientifically. But I have all the feelings in the world I have, and I can have all the emotions and passion, desires of interpretations of shit. I can research things that I'm fucking blue in the face. But at the end of the day, like I don't have all the answers.
Of course,
you know?
and that's the thing. Like everybody just needs to chill and relax and realize that
Get their dick sucked, have a good time.
Yeah, nobody really knows.
Relax,
anything.
get your dick sucked. Have a
You
good
know,
time.
there's never been a school shooter after he's got a blowjob.
Yeah, we talked about
Blowjob
this.
is saving
we've-
lives.
When
heard
we get
that.
back, we'll talk school shootings and vaccines.
Up
We'll
next,
be right back.
Up next, school shooters getting abortions. Where do you stand?
All right, let's take a quick break. When we come back, I got some more questions
Alrighty, buddy.
about the current day social media because a lot has changed. TikTok is here, and that's a thing that.
Oh my god, I love it. He's my favorite rapper.
We haven't talked to you about TikTok yet, but anyway. So
I hear. I hear.
I have one, but I don't really.
Yeah,
care.
we'll see, because everybody's got their thing. Enjoy this. This is the newest Turnstile. The name of the song is Blackout. Enjoy. We'll be right back. 1-844-TOMNDAN if you'd like to call in and chat with anybody. Bye-bye.
Blackout in the middle of the line, and now back down with the feeling, and I can lie.
SecuredRoofingAndRestoration.com. If you're looking for a new roof, just go on their website.
Hurricane season right around the corner, buddy.
Yeah. If you think you have any damage, they offer a free inspection.
Yeah.
All you have to do is go to SecuredRoofingAndRestoration.com, fill out their form. They will come. It's contactless.
Yeah, contactless. You don't have to worry about that. I know that's a concern these days. Yeah, they'll take care of you.
They'll get up on your roof and inspect your roof for free and see if there's any damage. And if there is damage, then you can go from there.
Correct.
But they just did my roof, and basically, if you have any storm damage and you give them a call, they offer emergency tarping within 24 or 48 hours so that it won't leak into your house and cause further damage, which you don't want.
Yeah, you absolutely do not want that to continue.
Yeah, you don't want mold and other things. So if you think you have any damage or if you're looking for a new roof, it's SecuredRoofingAndRestoration.com. Give a call to Rick. He's our BDM contact, and he'll take care of you.
It's SecuredRoofingAndRestoration.com. Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Daniel.
I'm Tom.
Oh, my God. Sorry,
Yeah,
I had
Tom.
your mic turned off. I apologize. Because you were talking. I didn't want to get you.
Mike Busey's here. Miguel Cologne's here. How you guys doing?
Good, man.
Good. Thanks for having us back.
Yeah, we like being here. Okay, like I want you guys to know, like, we get excited.
We like having you guys.
Coming over here. Like, it means a lot,
dude. It's I talk about it all the time. Like, we are in a environment where you can put out your own content and get your own followers and make your own media and do whatever you want. And what's funny is that I'm seeing these guys, the influencers, do similar to what Mike did, and they're creating like these compounds of fun.
It's the same thing.
They're putting the trampolines in their yard, like the guy Preston or whatever, and then they're doing like
they're buying the mansion,
the scaffolding,
and then they're adding the toys.
Yeah. And then they're like, hey, look at my life. Look at that. It's an endless party. It's I got 1 million trampolines and I got scaffolding over. I'm doing what everybody's fantasy was.
What I've been doing 20 years ago.
Yes. Yeah. Have you? So
I feel you.
How is that, Mike? Seeing a bunch of people just basically doing what you did 20 years ago before social media even existed.
I don't think any of them, well, some of them are, but most of them are just organically stumbling across it.
Yeah.
Because I've seen whatever.
You get rich, you buy a mansion, then you're like, I'm going to get 5,000 trampolines and I'm going to get whatever I want.
It's what you do, you know? It's, I mean, I think everyone dreams of that as a kid. You know I did, living in a foster home or trailer parks, and you want to have cool shit. You know, like when you don't have those things, you always like envy those who did.
Sure.
Like I used to be like, I wanted to fight kids that had like nice Jordans, and I always had like some shitty Walmart clothes. And then when you go your whole life without it, which I'm glad I did, when you would have asked me as a kid, I would have been like, no way, I want it. But then when you finally do get it later on, and I'm glad I like became whatever you call this at my age now, because if we talk about all the time, like I think even like 5 years ago, I wasn't able to handle it. Like I was just like, I wasn't a business like savvy person. Like I had my when I had to like file for a corporation, I'm like getting letters from Sunbiz.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? I got to renew this shit? I was like, taxes.
One of my favorite
Mike, I literally said the same shit.
Yeah.
I got audited by the IRS.
One of my favorite tax stories about Mike is when we were getting audited, him being like, you know, they're trying to tax me on the money I spent. He's like, but I already spent it.
I was definitely separating.
It's like a movie line.
I don't have it. That's how it was. I don't have it anymore.
I got like a taste of the MC Hammer syndrome. Like I was hiring all my friends. I was definitely making poor investments, but but I also suffer of sleep apnea. So I have to.
What?
Yeah, believe it or not.
This just in. Mike Busey. Can we go live on the scene? Can we get somebody there?
More shocking than Simone stepping out.
I thought you slept like a church
Sprinkle
mouse.
of diabetes. You know, I got a little bit of everything. You know.
Hey, his sleep apnea was so bad. This is horrible, but we're gonna laugh now. We're gonna make it fun. His sleep apnea was so bad that he was passing out throughout the day just randomly, and he had so many horrible
oh my God,
people.
Dude, that's a Reggie White. That's you
and
die of that.
No. I had the most. The guy goes, Michael, you have the most severe symptoms of sleep apnea.
Yeah, the doctor.
That's a quote.
A quote.
Awesome voice.
Yeah. But he was falling asleep throughout the day so bad that people were coming to him, like people around him in his camp at that time that were not like the right people.
You know, drunken midgets.
Yeah,
you know,
they were getting him to buy stuff in his sleep though, and he was buying guns in his sleep from people. Like literally, he'd wake up and
saying that about little people for years.
Yeah.
If you have sleep apnea, they will get you drunk.
It's a common.
And they will trick you into buying them guns.
We've all heard the old adage.
You know what I'll say? These goddamn midgets.
Yes.
Yeah.
Will
My
get you
midget
drunk.
eyes don't want to be called little people.
I said it. I am one. I'm allowed.
My little people don't like the word little people. They're like, I don't know what
find
little
it
people y'all say.
condescending.
Yeah, they're old school.
They
They're
hate
OGs.
it. Yeah, OG. It's OG midget eyes.
He would literally wake up and like right now to this day right now he found out that he bought a silencer for a pistol like 3 years ago that he never knew of because he was asleep and they were like, Mike, do you want to make this purchase? He's like, I'll buy it.
It's sitting in a gun shop and I still haven't got it yet.
It's not a silencer. It's a walking stick.
You shouldn't buy that online, bro. I don't think I have that under gun.
They went through all the hoops. Like he's literally like, all right, you gotta also talk to this guy. I'll purchase this.
I was definitely getting taken advantage of, and that was a part of like what I was talking about earlier.
So wait, you cleaned house of little people?
No, they just kind of like I stopped giving them free alcohol and rent and then letting them just
And it drives no more littles?
Well, what I wanted to ask you about that.
We still have them. But,
Okay, I was just
Because I
imagine,
imagine, Mike, you're
like
nice.
you can't go to Gatorland. There's no gators.
yeah.
We changed the formula around. It's all birds.
No, I just had like I was definitely not doing what I should be doing on the business end, and I was learning things the hard way, which I obviously called very expensive mistakes.
Sure.
And
what was the worst one?
Well, how much time you got?
Well, he owns the show, so you roll.
whatever
You're
you want.
rolling.
Well, it's like when you're younger and you hear about like these NBA players or these rock stars getting less money, and then you're like, how the fuck did that fucking idiot lose all that? And when you're in it and you're in the middle of an IRS audit with the agent at your house, and she shows you a badge and stuff, and she walks your whole house, and you're getting a
that
tour.
must be awkward.
Oh, no, it was awesome.
Show him the poo-poo
Especially with
hanger.
a midget with a silencer running around.
Well, no, we had talked about it.
Where's my gun?
Do you put the guns off the wall?
No, hell
They
no.
can't reach them. You put them behind.
Everything.
No, for the IRS.
We kept it 100.
I'm allowed.
Dildo fish tank? You don't put a towel over that?
I mean, you're trying to write them off. They might as well be able to see them. You know?
The towel of the dildo fish tank.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I like how she thought these are like, this can't be true. You bought a king's chair with a rammer under and there it is, like, oh,
well, it's weird because like
that was a lie.
according to the laws and stuff and my CPA, like there's a lot of things when you're in the entertainment business that a normal person would almost be like flabbergasted that you can write off, and we never did anything like illegal or anything like that. So when they came and like audited all our stuff, they just like wanted to know where I've been for the last 20 years. Like,
And the big thing with
how did you go from homeless to earning this revenue annually? And what the hell? Where's the rest of our money?
Yeah, it's a big red flag when all of a sudden you're stinking rich with a goddamn scrambler.
Our accountant
this
tells
can't
us,
be right.
Our accountant tells us, he's like, I want to let you know right now. Shout out to David Cole.
Cole.
Our accountant tells us straight up, he
Lifesaver.
goes, I want to let you know right now, we're doing good because I'm pretty
David
sure.
Cole. David Allen Cole?
These midgets! Woo!
Alan Cole.
No.
The racist country troubadour?
But his number skill is incredible. No, David tells us, he goes, I want to let you know you're in a good spot. I'm pretty sure she's convinced that you guys were just stupid and not criminals. And that's all we wanted.
Yeah,
and that's
you're
the
in
truth.
luck. You're dumb. Yeah.
She did
called
try
the
me though.
blade.
She's like, I don't know who this Post Malone or this MGK guy.
Who'd you hit her with, though, that freaked
She
her
was
out?
like, I guess her son knew who I was, and she kind of became a human. But then you got to be careful because these motherfuckers be playing that like,
they'll get you to admit shit.
Whoa,
good cop.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, they play that little game, and because I knew because they showed me her badge, and then they had like this special laptop, like some government issue thing, and she had some crazy card that went into it.
It's an SD card.
No, it was like it was a United. Yeah, no, it was like some like fucking futuristic shit. I'm like, whoa, that's how they do it.
It was some cybernet shit.
Yeah, it was like
But that I'm serious, but the look of my future car.
So we were like giving her a tour and stuff, and then when my CPA saw, she's like, "Can I take a picture of the goat?" And I was like, "Oh, sure." And I'm thinking like, did we write the goat off? I don't know. Did we? I'm like panicking and stuff, a little bit, but I was just honest, and they were just asking us like stupid questions, like, "Who is this $5,000 transaction?" I was like, "That's my sister." I was like, "For what?" I was like, "Oh, I was helping her buy a house." She's like, "Oh, okay, but where did it come from?" I was like, "You're the IRS. You tell me. You got all my information. You seen the bank
so
check."
stressful.
Yeah.
My God, Mike.
Oh, the best part though was they're asking us about like people who we paid, like employees, and we don't know some people's real
Oh yeah,
names.
that's funny.
So they're like,
"Where's Lil Red?"
That's how it is. They're like, "Who's Delvin Glee?" And I'm like, "I don't know what Delvin Glee." And they're like,
"Oh, you mean Hot Rod?"
Yeah, you've paid it for 4 years. Like, "Oh, Hot Rod, yeah,
that's my dog."
That's what the tax man says about Red Coat Media. They're like, I don't know what this is.
Where is Butler, by the way?
I think he ran away.
Oh yeah.
He's no, COVID, right?
She was like, she was kind of like saying like, "I'm not impressed by it. I don't know who these people are." She's like, "You know Ricky Martin?" I was like, "I don't know Ricky Martin, but I could get hold of him." And she tried me. She was like, "You can't get hold of Ricky Martin." I said, "Yes, I can."
You can't get
30
on
minutes.
Ricky Martin. You know, shake your
30 minutes. I scared her because I did. I did. What do you mean could? I did. In 30 minutes, I was like, "Here you go."
did.
And she was like, then she got all scared. She was like, "Oh, I can't do that."
Motherfucker, I know Ricky Martin.
And we're looking at our CPA right now, and we're like, "How much is it going to cost to get
Kenny
Ricky Martin here?"
Samsel ate KFC with Ricky Martin.
No, I was gonna like Ricky
That's
Martin
when
was like
over the banisters, 8 midgets with silencers popped up and aimed their guns at her, and she knew she was fucked.
He was trying to get Ricky Martin to come there to talk to her, and we were going to be like, "Ricky Martin, come talk," and be like, "Hey, Mike Busey's a good guy. Maybe we should go easy with him on the taxes."
What the fuck is happening?
We're dead ass serious.
It's the end of the world.
We're talking to Ricky Martin's
Tomorrow's the
management.
end of the world. Tomorrow's the end of the world.
And we're like, "How much is it going to cost to get Ricky Martin over here?" And they're like shooting numbers at us, and we're telling David, "Can we write this off?"
but so she got like spooked because it kind of like definitely creeped into the realm of like bribery.
Yeah, for sure, dude.
You should be talking about that.
Hey, don't say you want Ricky
What are you
Martin.
talking about? Stop.
A female IRS agent walking through your house.
Nicest lady.
Nicest lady ever.
Yeah, of course.
She unfortunately, I don't know what they did. The government like paid to be a member of MikeBusey.com, and she went and looked through our stuff.
No, they like David's telling us. He's like, yeah, they got a membership to see if you're truthfully using the stuff that you said. So we have like our IRS audit lady. It was a member, so she can come to the parties and get wild if she wants.
Also, she saw some things that she'll never.
Oh yeah. That's why she wanted to wrap it up real quick.
She's been to the front lines.
And side note too, we were talking about the goat. We actually lost a goat at a party. Somebody bought us a goat for
Matt from Hornblasters.com.
Yeah, Matt from Hornblasters got us a goat for a Halloween party.
Hornblasters.com.
Use the promo code Busey.
Yeah, that's the super loud horn. Right?
Yeah, you need some train horns? I got you.
I want to buy one. I couldn't remember your promo.
You want a train horn?
God damn it!
You
I
want one, bro?
remember. I do want one.
We'll get you one, man.
Yeah,
We'll set it
yeah.
up,
I
bro.
want to put it on my wife's little EOS though.
Yeah.
Oh, we got you.
Well, he comes to
I don't
Halloween.
want to film people as I blow it off.
Yeah.
He comes to Halloween party dressed as Jesus, and he's got this goat, right? And so, we later on.
Well, 200. Hold on.
Yeah.
He was dressed as Jesus with 200 cheeseburgers, a goat, and like 5 sexy ladies.
No, all right, okay.
The real Jesus, not the one you read about in the books.
You got that horn blaster.
Well, he brings the goat to the
When
party.
you got a horn blaster, buddy, you can dress as Jesus, bring a goat, 500 cheeseburgers, and 5 sexy ladies on your arm, bitch.
We lose the goat that night, though. All we see is the goat in pictures with people because we have a photographer taking
Someone
pictures.
stole our goat.
And somebody stole our goat that night because he brought it to us. We had it all. So we're like, cool, we'll set it up. We'll put
I
it in
stole
his goat
the
bin.
horn blasters.
Never
Goat
see the goat again.
motherfucker.
But there's tons of pictures with the goat partying with people. Like there's groups of people and they're just standing there and there's the goat.
I mean, they could have just ran away, right? It'd be somewhere, I guess.
I am not destined to live with a horn blaster. I need to live alone. And he runs into the forest.
So, back to when you had the height of your entourage, just
28 people living in the house.
28 people.
Yeah.
And
that was pre-COVID, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
was there any businesses that you invested in, Mike, that turned out to be?
We had a listener friend living at the castle for a while.
Oh,
right?
yeah. That was the old castle.
Fart gas mask.
Oh, no.
No, she was living at this
Yeah,
one.
Yeah, she was living at this one.
Who was
You're
it?
talking about Anessa.
Because the next thing I know,
Why are you so
I
disrespectful?
wake up, my daughter.
That's her tax name. We
Yeah.
go by fart gas.
Yeah, fart gas mask here. My daughter runs to the bed, hugs me, kisses my mouth, and I look at my Twitter, and it's her getting railed by Daddy's Juice. What is?
Oh, yeah.
The skateboard.
CJ.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's just getting her good because he's a large man.
She's got a beautiful ass.
Yeah, she's got great ass.
It's pristine.
Shout out to Nessie.
It's pristine.
Let's talk about that.
She's a good friend.
Because you guys know all the
personal
Instagram, huge Instagram stars and all these different influencers.
Is that what we're calling them now?
I don't know what you
They
call
have
them.
a long or short or wide neck. We got him on the phone.
There's a new one now. We saw him yesterday. He's from Bulgaria, right?
It's a new long neck. Yeah,
it's a new long neck.
Bulgarian long neck.
Yeah,
That's like a Chernobyl long neck.
Yeah.
You know, we got the Flint, Michigan long neck.
No,
and then
this
the
one's.
Chernobyl.
Oh man,
And so-
that radiation goes hard.
What's bizarre, and I'm sure you guys find it bizarre too, is like these people have insane audience, insane,
Yeah.
like to the point where it's like all the local news agencies combined don't have that viewers.
We were just with the Note
every
Boys
radio
yesterday, and they go anywhere. It's like Justin Bieber shows up, man.
Yeah, we during COVID, the Nook Boys came over.
Who's that?
They're pretty much like, if you don't know who they are, you definitely should like go down a wormhole.
Okay.
It's a Canadian dude named Kyle, and he has like a whole like entourage of homies. There's another dude named Steve will do it. He's actually from Central Florida, and they are the biggest thing on the internet right now. And I had to like humbly swallow my own pride sometimes. And I'm kind of like, who's that? And like, what the fuck is a Milk Boy? And then you look into it. And this guy's like on Air Force One with the president, and he's at
with Dana White,
UFC
Mike Tyson.
fights. Like they. You think like,
How do they make their money?
oh, they make millions of dollars with their YouTube and their merch, and
Is
they're
it just advertising stuff?
No, they don't have a single piece of advertising. I was reading that New York Times article.
Subscriber?
They don't have it's on their merchandise.
They
and
are
their
the biggest
appearances.
thing on having them. Like come over to our house is equivalent to having like Oprah or something. Like they are making
yeah.
tons of money, and they're just having fun and partying. It's got a kind of a Brad and Chad bro
Brad and Chad
vibe.
are what we call bros, Brads and Chads.
Okay, yeah.
So they're definitely like bros. They have a beer out now that they're like pushing. That's what they were here for.
But what's their content?
Sometimes they do pranks. Sometimes
they do pranks, but it's
That was one of the biggest TikToks we had was the prank video. People love pranks.
Oh no, we're gonna mindfuck you because we're not even like indulge.
Is it all fake? Is it real
No,
pranks?
it's like I've been around them several times, and they'll like say, "Yo, meet us here," and then they'll get arrested because they're starting
inciting
a
a
riot.
riot, because literally
there'll be
thousands
thousands
of
and thousands of
people.
people show up. They have a very cultic following, and they're crazy, and they're pretty fucking cool as people. But, some of the fucking content, I'm like, oh, this is cool. And then some of them, I'm like, that's fucking horrible. But, who am I to judge? But,
yeah. So, but is it all their subscribers? Like you said, you read an article. It's like Patreon model. They have.
I'm sorry, it's Milk or Nilk?
Nelk. N-E-L-K.
y'all, I'm actually surprised you haven't heard
Never
of them.
heard
I've
of
never
them.
even
Never heard of them.
the
Anyone who's
they are-
21 right now is like looking at us like these fucking granddad.
Hey, I'll take it.
our audience
No
is
cap,
our
they're the
age.
coolest around.
Honestly, like the people that are listening to this is our age.
Yeah, no, I
so
get
they
it.
probably
Yeah.
didn't
In
hear.
case I haven't
Great.
told you this, I just turned 40 in December.
Congrats.
Okay, even though it was like half a year ago, I'm still holding on to it. It was just December.
Yeah.
I have had to swallow my pride and do research and look at things. I've had people hit us up that have very crazy followings that I had no idea who the fuck they were.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
actually ignored them sometimes. Like, they would be in my DMs like very aggressively, and I'm just like, oh, whatever. And then Miguel would like, yo, you should probably message this guy back. He's got like 20 million followers.
Get him here right now. Pick him up from the airport, Miguel.
And I know it's so cliche and douchey to talk about, oh, they got this, me, blah, blah, blah. But in this business, that's like the
We're
thing
like a
you gotta
TV
do.
network, and we're like, hey, this actor he gets a big pull, so bring him over here.
See, okay, I'm fascinated with the nuts and bolts of the details of how they get their money. For instance, we have advertisers, we bill them every month.
Y'all are doing it the hard way,
and then they send us checks, or they pay.
Stop doing it the hard
So
way.
what these guys are doing is
It's just
they're well, now all social media platforms enable almost all of them now allow you to monetize.
Well, actually, too, what I read with the Nelk Boys is they're not even worried about the monetization of their traffic anymore because they want to put little edgier videos, like what they consider edgy. Sometimes we laugh.
Some stuff is pretty fucking cool, and some it's like, oh, all right, well, you know.
But out of that, what they do is they drop merchandise weekly. New Nelk Boy shirts,
They're
new
consistent.
Nelk Boy this. And they have a huge follow. They do appearances because everybody knows there's going to be a mob scene when they go places. And they monetize everything except for their YouTube channel. That's not something they can, that's just an advertising platform for
For
them.
merch, there's small margins. I guess if you're
No,
doing
bro, they got
10,000
listen.
shirts
You
out
Now we
there.
have 4 million
you have
followers.
to.
Yeah.
And I hate to sound like a groupie fanboy, but you gotta with these guys, they are the fucking internet right now. Like they are monetizing, capitalizing, and doing it. I respect their hustle and their drive as a business person. It is
Right now, the Nelk Boys have been making $70 million a year.
Holy
My
shit.
And bro, this ain't
God.
bullshit because they're
Wow.
literally, like
Dude,
I said,
that's impressive, man.
Yeah.
70 million a year.
70 million a year, and it's no bullshit because they we
can do a group suicide if you want to.
yeah,
right now, live.
we've noted. Like they'll be like, oh, we gotta go do this thing in Dubai tomorrow, so we'll just take a private jet. And these guys are 25 years old, flying out to places all around the world.
More
and
than
then,
Tom Brady.
yeah, and they will meet. And when you go to these places, they just did a prank that's coming up. I think it's next week. They're Rolling Loud one. They pretended like one of their dudes was a rapper. They get him into Rolling Loud backstage. Rolling Loud rolls out the red carpet for them. They're backstage, and he's reading these lyrics like, "I like to bust my daddy's cheeks and have him fuck me in my sleep." And other rappers are like, "What?" And he's like, "I'm just practicing my lyrics before I go on stage." And they got like fucking everybody, every big rapper is there in this video.
Oh, that's what the baby was talking about.
And they're big enough.
Maybe it was.
No, but
Maybe it was.
these guys are literally having grown ass men and multi-million-dollar corporations roll out. They're begging them to.
Mike
do things.
Tyson was plugging
Yeah, I was just about to say Mike Tyson did
Dude,
like
if,
a collab
if you've
with
got
them.
that much
Interesting.
influence, you're worth more than even 70 million
Yeah.
a year. Like if
Yeah.
you've got that much followers and that much influence on people, and you control the message that much with this demographic,
Yeah.
they're insanely powerful. And they're probably not even utilizing 1/10 of what they're
They're
possible.
not. Remember when I said 80%? They'll have their shit together, and you see oh my god, it's Jesus Christ,
70 million a year.
Yeah.
They're definitely
Once they
That's
dial
stupid
it down,
money.
they'll
They
be
do
good to
they do
go.
things like this. They're like, hey, if we get 1 million likes, we'll do this prank. And in a couple hours, they've got 1 million
Man,
likes.
fuck!
to do
I
this
was
prank.
waiting around last night. Little Nas X said after 100,000
100,000,
shares,
yeah.
he'd show the ding dongs. I didn't see shit.
He lied.
I turned gay the other night at the bar. I was with the Nook Boys, and next thing I was dancing around drinking. And next thing you know, I realized I was dancing to that new Little Nas X.
It's a good tune.
I love the video. I tell him the video's exactly what I
video's
love
great.
about the video is
He doesn't give a fuck.
In
Yeah, I love it.
1999, the same video would have been made with hot girls,
Exactly.
and we would have all been like, "Well, it's prison.
Well,
there should
did
be
you
hot
notice,
girls."
Did you
Yeah.
notice he fucked with everybody a little bit? I
Yeah.
think he just said it this morning. The only bit of nudity that's ever not exposed is a woman's ass.
Yeah.
Nobody had a problem
Oh,
with that.
Jack Harlow
And he
punked
did
out,
that-
too.
He did that deliberately because he's like, you're all mad. The guys
I was
are
on
all
a cruise
covered
with
up.
him when he came out of the closet. I was in the Bahamas with him, and then
Little Nas X?
Yeah, it was the day he announced that he was gay and stuff. And I was like, all right, whatever. What's the big deal? And then everyone's like, yo, you hear? It was we didn't have very good internet on the ship, and everyone's like, yo, you hear Little Nas came out gay? I was like, oh, the guy is sitting next door to me, and then I'm like, all right, whatever.
What cruise you were on? Little Nas X.
Oh no, it was
Little Nas X cruise, you idiot.
was it during? No,
It was
before.
a
Dicks
year
and
before
Dicks.
During COVID.
No, it was Cardi B, Little Nas X,
Post Malone.
It was a big hip hop.
It was a
concert
soul
tour.
cruise, and I
Yeah.
was invited, and they gave me
Cool.
this VIP
And Mike had never been on a cruise
Never.
before, and he's sending me these pictures look how small this room is. I'm like, that's fucking huge on a cruise. Bro. It's like twice. No,
I
It was like twice the size of this room.
That's a suite.
Yeah, that's a suite with a bay window. He's like, bro, this room is tiny. I was like, I've been on cruises where it was 4 bunks, and we were celled up together.
So this is my first like cruise, and I was like right in the mix of all those dudes, and they just wined and dined me and brought me out.
Oh, the best part is too trying to get he brought a bunch of girls with him. They wanted to come right, but the cruise every time we're taking people to other countries or something like that, I realize how unprepared some of these scallywag young ladies are for this.
No one's got their
shit together.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, send me a picture of your passport. Give me your information. I got to log you on this cruise. They're like, can I send my driver's license? I was like, no, we're going to another country. They're like, okay. So then they'll be like, they'll send the one girl sent me a picture of her fucking closed passport. I was like, send me a picture of your passport. and she sent it, just passport. I'm like, no, and we're doing this hours before they leave.
I mean, it is proof.
No, I'll tell you something.
She's got one.
Yeah.
So I had never been on a cruise, and I didn't know how this thing's working.
Yeah.
And
one.
It was like day 2, and I'm still like trying to figure out like, so what? Like we party during the day, and then the ship drives at night, and like we're going around different places. I was trying to figure it out.
Oh, you didn't know how it operates? Okay,
no,
I
didn't know nothing
because you've never been on one.
No, so
yeah.
So Post Malone came on and did his like performance, and me and his whole family were hanging out and stuff. And then they like get off the boat and get in this like, SUV, and I'm like, all right, we're gonna go back to the hotel. And it was his birthday. It was like a July 4th weekend, and some crazy looking admiral guy, come on, you must get on the ship. I was like, huh? And he was like, we're leaving. And I see like everything's untied except this one like door. Basically, I like held the whole ship for 15 minutes because I thought I could just leave and go. And they were telling me like there's like all kinds of like laws, like if you leave and you don't return on your destination, because I was gonna just stay there with.
He's
with
thinking he could just stay at Post Malone's because Post Malone and them had a hotel room on the island. He's like, I'll just stay here and catch the next one.
I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know the ship was leaving, like going to a whole other island somewhere.
I'll get on the next ship.
I'll catch the 5:45 one.
And they were like telling me, no, it's like major fines if you don't get back on this thing. I'm like, huh? I'm like, no. I'm drunk as fuck too, by the way. I'm just like, whatever. And then, he was like,
just
no.
give somebody my room. It's cool. I'll catch the next one.
I didn't understand that you had to get back on and then leave with it, and I was very confused.
That's like you've told stories about Post Malone before, and like that's a different level of famous. Also, I'm sure,
especially now,
Mike, you've dealt with this locally too because you can't hide. Like you know what I'm saying. You walk around and you're gonna attract everybody's attention, no matter what. Even if people that don't know who you are gonna be like, "Who's that? That guy's someone."
Oh, they get like, offended if a girl's like, "Who are you?" I'm like, "Oh, it's not. What do you do?" I was like, "Oh, I work at McDonald's." Like, you're fucking lying to me. They get angry. They can smell it, and I have like an essence that breeds like I do something ridiculous. They don't know what it is.
Mike, do you ever put on the old disguise like the super famous celebrities do just to go to fucking Publix and shop like a normal person?
No, because like full disclosure, I do like love it when people come up and take pictures and.
Yeah, you've always said you enjoy
like the fruits
meeting
of the labor.
people. Yeah,
because like especially if you're with someone, like if I'm with like someone that hasn't been around that type of world, and because I've met like random girls on Tinder or something, and they don't know nothing, which is the best, and then they come hang out, and they're like, why the fuck is everyone?
Is that a scrambler?
Why is everyone taking photos with you and da da da? And then like I like it because it feels like.
At least you admit that you like it. I hate it when people don't admit that.
Yeah.
No,
why
because
would
they're
you do it if you didn't like it?
It's a double-edged sword because it's
Ginny Springs poop story. That was the word. He was just trying. We were at Ginny Springs partying all weekend. He's just trying to get
Ginny Springs.
Just trying to get to the bathroom to poop, and it's bad for him. We had to walk far, and people are just stopping him like, "Yo, Mike Busey, can I take a picture?" He's like, "Sure." And as it keeps
just
progressing,
tell him you gotta poop, man.
I'm backing up traffic. My ass cheeks are clenched. I'm sweating. My nipples getting hard. I'm getting goosebumps. I'm about to projectile diarrhea everywhere, and I'm doing like a photo op.
I believe it.
Yeah,
and you see his faces as it's in the pictures. People are like, and he's like,
It's serious.
No, I enjoy it because it's like that's what we do it for. Does it become annoying at times? Of course. And do people have like it's kind of like different to where I want them to come up. I've met a lot of BDMs. And I fucking will sit there and talk with them and bullshit with them.
We appreciate that.
No, I appreciate y'all having me on the show and y'all's audience. Y'all have always been very nice and good. And, I love it. I'm down to give everyone that moment because, like, they watch whatever and not everyone can do what we get to do. And then they want to, like, have that moment. I'm more likely to be more intimate with you and sit down and kick it if you're actually like a follower and you appreciate what I do. You get it. Because a lot of people don't get me. I'm very misunderstood. They think it's just like some douche.
Oh,
guy
yeah, you're polarizing.
partying.
Yeah. Believe me. Every time we, even our listeners know you by now, but the ones that don't, they're like, oh, why are you having that guy on? Like, because they have a perception of you.
Yeah,
of course.
Because
and I get it. And I'm not even like mad
But
at them.
you've known that for how long now?
See, that's just the game, man. And now everyone has a voice on the internet and stuff. And it's like, cool. You don't have to follow me. I'm not like begging anyone to do anything like that. So... I get it because from a distance I do look like a fucking douchebag and like a crazy asshole, but then they realize I have a huge heart and I'm just a fucking super sensitive, like a passionate, emotional person that just wants to make this world a little bit better. And what I do, like I said, I'm not curing cancer here. I'm entertaining people and giving them an escape from the harsh realities of life.
Yeah.
You know, so, and that's what y'all do. And
is it an insult if I say that I like the blue collar vibe I get from you?
No, because it makes it more genuine. Like it makes me more relatable. It's like, oh, so everyone thinks that like I was just rich my whole life.
Well, after we visited and learned the whole basketball story there's a sadness there.
I could definitely trust me. He'll make fun of me because I get very emotional.
I'm not trying to lay it out, but I'm saying there is a sadness there that I think we all heard when we originally visited, that we understand. That is maybe the reason why there's a little bit. Oh yeah, escape to the better, positive, more positive.
I definitely have some deep-seated issues, and I've used those negative things in my life to passionately motivate me, and it gives me this drive and hunger to better myself and others around me.
On our podcast, a lot of the times. When we're like telling a story that we think is really funny, I'll listen. I'll see people listen to it because it'll be a story about Mike growing up in a foster home and or like like my father being deployed and it's things that actually were sad to us at the time, but now we still see some of the funny in it. But there are moments where I know people don't get, like Mike will be talking about this horrible foster home he's in and the horrible condition and everything as a kid, and we're dying laughing because the whole story is just about how like one of the kids that was there was a special needs kid who masturbated all the time, and everybody in the foster home's job was to kind of keep an eye on him and make sure he didn't start masturbating.
Shout to Moses.
Yeah, shout to Moses. And that's the part we're harping on that we think is funny.
That's the name of the show.
Yeah, but in the story, we talking about Mike and his sister in a foster home because his dad, tried to kill their dog and shot at them and all this shit. And I
think I missed that one.
Yeah, we focus on the funny part.
We got a podcast. That's one of the other things we did. He's always been doing traditional radio and so, like y'all, and I kind of like stepped away from a while, and I was doing what you call like internet radio, and then I was one of the like first social media people to broadcast live on social media, and people were making fun of me like, you're gonna do an internet radio show. Now that radio thing is called podcast, and I never like to try to do what's so trendy. I was always like fighting it, and it was part of swallowing my pride because I'm like, fuck those guys, I ain't trying to do that dumb stuff, dude, blah blah. I always did things my way.
Well, right here, Mike. Right in front of you.
I tried to make my own lane in life. You either work for the man or you
make
are
your
the
own
man.
lane. You still are making your own lane.
Well, thank you.
Where's the plan though? Like I think most people, if you're looking at this, I know I do. I think people ask the same question of us.
Yeah, it's weird.
Like, where do we go, right?
This COVID thing... Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll tell you, because what I find interesting is we are at a time where
it's fucking
we don't know
right
what the end of social media influencers or podcasters' careers are going to be, because it's in the middle of it.
Yeah.
And we've seen for years, like, shows gets canceled, and like, all right, this had a run and it got canceled by, whatever company they work for because their ratings dipped a little bit. But now when you could, produce this content forever and there's no barrier and you can keep putting it out, and so it's like, who's going to retire? And not that you're even looking at that, but I'm like, how will people's social media influencer career
How far do you
end?
look out if you...
with the Scrambler investment, we're set for a while. They only appreciate value.
Like, what's the
Fucking
next
Miguel.
10 years? Do you even plan? Like, it's hard. We don't even know.
What do you mean? They bought the
Scrambler money,
Sorry.
I try to turn every negative thing into a positive. I know that sounds a very cliche thing to say, but with the whole global situation and the country and everything going crazy, I just use it as a time to like reset some things, reevaluate things, move things around, decorate a lot of shit, buy a lot of dumb things, and really like try to get back like just happiness and peace. Because like I know this is going to also sound very dumb and silly to say.
I think I know where you're going.
Like any blue collar person right now working on a roof, I fucking love you. Anyone who's busting their ass on down on their fucking knees, digging a hole, whatever. I've already had all those jobs. I've already done that, and that's a part of why I so desperately desire to make a living off what I enjoy.
Yeah.
And
not everybody can do that.
I was doing this stuff for 20 years before I had any money. I was living in a walk-in closet like 5 years ago.
Have you guys been seeing this? Like today, I woke up to. I didn't even tell you this. It was I forgot to tell Sam to even put it on the list. Woke up today to 3 different emails from listeners that told me, "Hey, I'm actually contemplating quitting my job because the pandemic's it's coming. It's going to come again, and I'm unhappy. And maybe if I can find just a shred of happiness in my professional life, then maybe my life will be worth more."
Well, it's taken from a guy who's had nothing, and when you have everything,
it's hard.
Sometimes it's never enough. There's never. I could buy every fucking Carnival ride they have.
We tried.
and it's yes, and I still will try.
Miguel gave it a good run,
but at the end of the day, man, it's that happiness is not. It's not a tangible object. You can't buy it. You can't like
the fame doesn't make you happy, right?
No, well, it helps certain things, but then it's like what I was saying. Like I'd rather meet and talk to somebody who really fucks with me. Like the people, like we charge a membership, and you get to see all my crazy content on my site that I can't post on social media.
MikeBusey.com.
And then we get invited to these events, to my members' weekends, like a summer camp thing, 3 days, and it doesn't financially make sense for me to let someone camp in my house for 3 days and feed them, get them drunk, pay for entertainment, have scavenger hunt, give away thousands of dollars. None of that stuff doesn't make me money because I get my kicks off watching people escape and have fun. Like when someone smiles, someone laughs. I'm addicted. That's my drug. I don't do drugs. My drug is I'm that class clown that never grew out of it. I am addicted to the whatever chemical gets released in my brain when I see someone smile and have fun. And
God,
the money is only the money.
I only get hard when people frown.
Well,
I need
hard.
I need a girl to cry
my
for me
dick
to
is
finish.
black with anger.
I just like the money is just like a device. It's like a necessary evil. I hate it, but no one. It's easy to say when you have it, but when you
it's
realize,
made it more complicated. No one can say it hasn't made your
as
life
the wise
more
prophet
complicated.
Notorious B.I.G. says, "More money, more problem." That shit's real because guys, especially I'll speak to the male audience here. Because I can't speak on the female because I don't know what they always think. But I can tell you that a guy grows up that wants to be the hottest.
I heard what they think.
Men want to be the hottest, the strongest, the richest, have the coolest toys, fanciest car, biggest house. All that stuff, it really just attracts the wrong audience at the end of the day. Because why would you want to go to a club and then pull up in a Lambo and then pop bottles, all this dumb, stupid stuff that everyone's done, I've done, and everything? It's fun to experience it. But if you're living in that reality and that's like really what you're getting your rocks off on, then that's where the problem is because it's never enough. And then why do you want to have a person that's friends with you only because you have a radio show?
Yeah.
Because they want something from you.
Well, I don't have any friends. I don't have that problem.
But they tell you what you want to hear, Mike.
I love trust me.
They're like, every idea you have is good.
Like I'll do a song and people will be like, "That's better than the last one," and we all know it's not.
That's why me and Miguel.
Truth. I don't need the truth. Just butt fuck my ego.
Yeah, that's why me and Miguel work out so well because me and him had knockdown, drag out fights. We had like heated arguments about shit.
One of the knockdown, drag out fights was the scrambler. Like, no fucking way we're getting this.
So it's like
we see who won.
Yeah.
Well, I think by now I've definitely. I'm more of an idea guy. I'm like the Peter Pan dude that wants like, no, I don't like to be limited by. I don't like no. I don't like we can't. I'm like, no, we can. We got to figure a way. I believe that if you really want something, I'm on some weird hippie shit too. I'm like, hey man, the laws of attraction has definitely worked in my life. I used to have a lot of negative energy. I had like a continuous like fuck. I had literally a list of people that I hope died in a fire. And then,
oh my God, I have that.
No,
I have that.
When you let go of it,
he reads it off to me every morning.
Yeah. Fire doesn't last long enough.
Yeah. So when you have that passion and that negative energy, you'll realize eventually that stuff actually is holding you back. And it held me back for a while. And then when I just learned to laugh and use my dark, sick, twisted sense of humor, that's why I don't get offended, because I don't give a fuck. Like people are mad because people want to cancel me, but they can't because they know that I have a good heart. I don't care what race or color or sexuality you are. I don't give a fuck. Just be a good person. Don't be an asshole.
Well,
but that's such a hard concept.
That's always been your rule since like day one of me even seeing you online. You've always been like,
you'll never hear
inclusive.
that I'm racist or homophobic or this or that because I don't care. I have people of transgenders in my house partying that I don't even know they're trans, and I'm like, oh shit, good thing I didn't get my dick sucked, and that's cool. I don't care if you get that sucked. Yeah, no, that's cool.
There it is.
I have no problem with any of that, and as people like, if you take a deeper look at what we do, we're not, like I said, we're not no better than anybody else. We're just trying to. We just had the balls to like step out of our comfort zone and do what we really want, and y'all are doing it. And some of y'all listeners are probably working your ass off right now.
Yeah, but I'm not having it. Me and Daniel are not having as much fun as you.
Yeah, but
we
listen.
can't buy scramblers.
My
We can't
wife,
buy shit.
I can feel my phone vibrating. My wife's like, "You need to go and pick something up for dinner."
If you want a scrambler, I can get you a deal.
Where are we going to put it?
No, first, we can't afford it. Yeah,
No, yes, you can.
Second,
you can.
We could, but it's all our money, and we'd have to fire Butler.
Yeah. The reality is, in order to have fun, we have to fire Butler.
Everything.
And I'm not willing to
step in here real quick.
No,
And
he's
our
gone.
wife
He
said-
I waved goodbye to him. He left early because
Did he?
Yeah, he left early because he needs to leave early. He has a headache.
Our wives are and our kids. Anyway,
I've been telling you from the beginning, your family's holding you back.
Oh God, it is.
I'll try to tell him.
I'll
not to
catch
have
up with you
kids.
guys once my kids don't want to hang out with me anymore. Once they're
Yeah.
teenagers.
There's baby drop boxes in like
I
places.
just want to.
No.
I just like one day I'll come to the Sausage Castle alone. It'll just be me and you, and I'll just be at some point I'll just be standing in the woods getting my dick sucked by some whore.
All you'll be doing is playing
that's all.
Puckle on the scrambler.
in a parallel universe. There's another Tom
All I
and
want to do
Dan.
is just walk into the woods with a whore. That's all I want to do.
And you know what's so beautiful about that? You can do that, or you can just come in a turtleneck and a business suit and just watch from a distance. We don't care. Like this lovely couple here, I'm assuming y'all are in a committed monogamous relationship.
Yeah, new couple. Really?
they met.
Sort of.
They met because I'm sure you've had this too. I was gonna
weddings?
mention this. No,
Like you guys make me so happy because I'm like,
they met on the BDM group.
Yeah.
Literally, they both were BDMs. And
Yeah.
did you guys meet at an event or in the group?
On the page.
on the page.
Because Sam lives in Alabama.
yeah,
She
yeah.
lives here.
Oh,
Are you Alabama 24/7
That's
Roxy
Alabama
girl?
Sam. Yeah.
She asked for a dick pic, and that's all she was.
Sam.
Good thing it wasn't my dick
Sam
pic.
had 3 White Claws and he's horny.
But see, because y'all have an audience that fucks with y'all just like we do, and we don't have to like. People are so cowardly, put into submission by don't get canceled. No, dude, do what's in your heart. Say what you want to say. And if they can't fuck with that, embrace it, then fuck them.
Just don't say
they're
shit
not all
you don't
paying
really
your bills.
stand by. If you say shit you don't really stand by, it's going to cause you more problems than if you say shit you stand by. And if you stand by it, also know that that's just your opinion. I hate when people they're like, I passionately believe this. They're talking about it, but then they're pissed off that everybody doesn't believe it with them. You know, that's not going to happen, man.
no.
You know, that's not going to happen.
You will never see the things that I have seen inside my living room.
There you go.
And the things that I sometimes, me and Miguel behind closed doors, like, bro, this is fucking crazy.
Let me ask you a serious
We turn
question.
to little kids. We're like, oh my God, this is crazy.
Let me ask you both a serious question. Have you ever seen a little person shit?
Yeah, of course. Come
Why would you
that was your,
duh.
that was your
like
question?
coming out, you've seen it come
Yeah.
I've seen
out?
them throw the shit like a monkey.
I've seen grown men shit on each other's chest.
Yeah,
okay?
I've seen shit wars between people that you would.
Why'd you ask?
Shit war.
Yeah. I've seen people of a shit wars. I've seen people.
Fuck Shark Week. Let's start shit wars. right?
Shit war. Next year it's
on,
Mike
what shit?
Busey and Tom and Dan present. Hold on. Shit wars.
What is in a world? You poop in your hand and you throw it.
Yeah, I've seen,
there,
I've
done
seen
that.
two people who are.
That's an
I
advanced.
shit on my poor camera guy on accident. We went to this park. We were broadcasting live on our social media, and accidentally, you were there, Miguel.
Yeah, I dodged that shit like the Matrix.
And we were going up this flight of stairs. Fat people should definitely not be doing that. And I
Wait,
definitely
you shit just because you're walking up the stairs?
No, he bent over to show. He
A
bent over
doctor
to,
would disagree.
he bent over to show his ass. And when he did that, he didn't realize he had to shit so bad that he projectile shit, and it got our cameraman
on the lens. I thought
and our autistic homie
brown.
Daniel. And Daniel had been shit on because we had so we do a scavenger hunt at a party, right? And we put the worst shit on the
Find
scavenger
my
hunt.
boss's
Yeah,
shit.
we put the worst shit on the scavenger because we're like, nobody will do this. It'd be like, eat a cigarette, and somebody's like, give me another one. And one of the ones was have a member of your team take a shit on you.
We call him Poop Boy.
Yeah, we call him Poop Boy because he did that in the scavenger hunt.
I like how Poop Boy's like, that's me.
Daniel,
I'm Pooh Boy. If you want an autograph,
Daniel's a member
I have a
of ours.
Snapchat. You can subscribe. I have an OnlyFans.
Yeah,
I'm 46.
yeah. Daniel's a member of ours.
You should meet my wife, Mrs. Poop Boy.
It is Mrs. Poop. We call him the Poops.
We call him Mr. and Mrs. Poop.
Daniel got shitted on for the scavenger hunt. It was the worst shit ever. He agreed to. He's like, do it, because they get so competitive. We don't understand. It's $1,000 scavenger hunt. Most of the teams are made of 5 people. It's $200 but it's about they want to win.
The camaraderie
So
and the
Daniel
the
gets
memory, the
shitted
experience.
on by the worst shit ever. It's a green shit.
This is what I want the Jackass crew to be doing. You know what I'm saying? Instead, it's sad Bam Margera. You're like, oh God, he's mentally ill.
Like easy stuff. Have a parrot bite your titty. That's not
you guys are selling fun, and then how
We were filming for a show with Vice.
Is it because you've never been into drugs and alcohol? Because you see,
No, I'm into alcohol.
Well, I mean, I'm saying
respectfully and responsibly
into it to the point
but
where
I've never seen you get crazy on it. And sometimes the last couple times you've been here, you didn't even drink.
Oh, you should listen to our podcast.
Well, I will now.
Well, it's like you guys have hung out and know the Jackass crew, and you see what not all of them, but just a lot of them went through and stuff, and they lived that lifestyle and it fucked a lot of them up, and and so it seems like they weren't able to even continue to do that in that sort of way because inevitably.
I know you're saying
your
yes.
life
I've
fucked
survived
up.
for 20 years because I haven't partook in a lot of things. Correct.
So it's all that basically.
The body will just gonna fail you with drugs and stunts and stuff like that. The body's gonna.
And let me be very
you
clear.
can't remain athletes.
I
like
don't
me
care.
And Mike.
I'm for like the legalization of any drugs. I don't give a fuck what
if you want to do them, do them. Like
I don't. I'm not a fan of abortion, but I don't care what the fuck you do with your body. It's your body. Do what the fuck you want. I have I don't fit into a political bubble or box. I have very similar beliefs and other ideas and opinions that definitely go on both sides of the fence. And then I have my middle standard, don't be a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
And
That's an easy one.
And unfortunately,
Well,
America is having a hard time with that right now.
Yeah, that's a toughie for people.
So anyway, we're gonna go.
We're leaving?
No, well, we usually we try to do.
We'll do 6 hours.
Yeah. A marathon show.
Well, yeah, it's frustrating because like to me, Miguel will tell you, like I'm holding back a lot of stuff. Like we've done a lot of stuff since we've been gone, or since the whole world went to shit. We filmed for the second season of Tiger King.
Yeah,
we did
Hold
this
on,
show.
Wait, what? There's a second season.
Oh yeah. Spoiler.
Oh, you
I
guys
did not
real
know
quick,
that.
just to
I
drop
knew
some
there was
knowledge,
a second season. I didn't know you guys were in
We're
it.
so deep into Tiger King, and
That's all. We could do another 4 hours about how that happened.
let me
during
just
COVID.
drop this, and I'm going to say this without causing no snitching.
Yeah.
Joe Exotic's locked up.
Yeah.
But he definitely,
Joe.
Yeah, he definitely has ways to contact you from the inside, and we've been on many of those inside.
Somehow
Joe
during
Exotic
COVID.
calls.
Somehow during COVID. I'll try to keep this short and sweet.
No.
good.
Listen,
Air it out.
We got dragged in by
I was trying to
party.
cut it off during shit wars, but Joe Exotic calling you in
Listen,
prison.
right
I'm
now,
open.
we're just
Let's talk.
we don't even know where
It's
to
me,
go.
Joe
with it.
Exotic, and I love shit wars. You fucking idiot.
So our guy Rowdy Rob has his dad and
Rowdy
his mom.
Rob.
He they have a jet ski business down in
Of
Key
course
West.
they do.
And for a while during COVID, we kept, how we were talking about like celebrities and random people hit you up. How do they hit you up? Well, they were going through like his parents to hit up their kid, and he was hitting me up, and they were like, "Hey, this dude wants to meet you from Tiger King. He wants to talk some business with you." And I was like, "Who?" And because just like the rest of the world, I was like dialed in watching this shit. Like, holy shit, this is amazing. And they're like, the guy. You remember the guy? His name's James Garrison, the dude who had the shady jet ski guy. And I was like, oh, that was my least favorite guy on the whole fucking show.
The chubby guy on the jet ski. Yeah,
I actually hated him more than Carol Baskins at the end of the series.
He seemed sort of like an opportunist, right?
Oh, yeah. Well,
and a snitch.
Oh, yes, 100%. And I said all these things to his face when he showed up to my house.
What?
And he was like, he wanted to talk some business about something, and I was like, totally like, fuck no. How many times did I say no? Like 4 or 5
all the time.
times.
I'm like, let's just have him by. I want to see what this is about. And,
jet ski.
Yeah, I just want to see what it's about. Well, this turns into Eric Good and Rebecca Chaplin, the producers of Tiger King, coming by, seeing the house, wanting to fuck with us, putting scenes into Tiger King. It also spreads into a weird side note that we get hooked up with this guy Ripper, he is a private investigator working for the family of Don Lewis.
Awesome ass dude.
Awesome. He starts sending me all these case files, the transcripts.
No, he
from
came in
court.
the house with a folder, a binder this thick, with just evidence, documents. He's been doing his own vigilante like investigation for the family. Of
We're
the
fucking
deceased.
plugged in time.
Well, why are they showing you this?
Because everybody, like at this point during COVID,
you don't got enough time.
Busey, you idiot.
No. Like literally,
You're so fucking stupid.
Sorry,
Tom.
I apologize.
It becomes where everybody's like, they know. They don't even know at this point that we're like talking.
The only person that can solve this is obviously Miguel and like Busey.
Let me tell you this.
It gets ridiculous.
Fucking idiot.
So when James the shady jet ski guy came, I reluctantly like sat down and I was kind of like I'm like, all right, what do you got to say, whatever, because we do have those moments you can, if you go through the right avenues through Miguel, we'll sit down and hear what you want to say. We've invested in some projects, we started some other side businesses, we diversitize our bonds, Wu-Tang Financial, and we fucking randomly hear people, have something to present to us. Like, we're like the really shitty Shark Tank.
Shit tank.
Welcome to Shit Tank. I'm going to give you 25%.
I will watch the hell out of that.
You need $7,000 to slang some crack, okay? I get you started on that corner.
So he sat down and was like, hey, I want to. He had some like show he was doing where he was doing something with strip clubs, and he wanted to pay me to come in and renovate them and like design them, decorate them, all that stuff.
That makes sense. Yeah, you're a party guy. Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm listening. So I'm like thinking, and then, but I was like, hey man, listen, I'm just a real motherfucker. I'm sorry, I have to say this. Like, I work in entertainment business, so I know how media can make someone look differently from what they are from reality. I was like, my opinion, I didn't want you coming here, as you probably already know, and I thought of all the people on the show, you were the shadiest piece of shit. And I was like, I don't even want
truth.
you.
Oh my God! I can't believe you told me.
Speak your truth, Mike Busey.
We always
be
do. And I mean, we're like, let's just lay it out.
Did you not listen to the last half hour? He said, "Be yourself, be authentic."
Yeah, I was like, nah, bro. I actually felt uncomfortable knowing that he was in my house. And then,
but the way he handled it was dope too. The way James was about, he's like, "Oh yeah." He's like,
"That is true."
And then though, he started letting us into like the and then he started showing us like all the text messages he saved from the wildlife people he was talking to, and then we got a whole nother spin on the case that we never heard before.
We know things right now that
maybe the tigers like jet ski.
Dude,
we know things.
Okay, I'll tell you this much.
Don't say the one thing.
No. I'll say this.
Talk about that.
I'll say this. We start seeing his text messages back and forth. He recorded his calls with like federal agents and stuff, where they're basically telling him
totally legal.
They're yeah. That's why he can't do anything with the calls and stuff like that, because it's illegal.
Legal.
But they're telling him, James, you better keep fucking going. You better keep pressing him. And he's like, I don't think there's anything to press. And they're like, do this.
Yeah, we literally went through hours of transcripts and through his physical phone, and then
he's living in a hotel, and one of the witnesses that they had him watching is living in like a hotel, fucking hookers and doing drugs and stuff like that.
They were like the feds were having this guy basically entrap people and
that doesn't sound like the feds.
Wait a minute. That's not the feds I know.
Not my feds.
Yeah, the feds I know are just breaking up bottles of liquor that have been made illegally and waving a flag.
Gentlemen, kind family men.
Did Joe Exotic have some questionable interactions with animals?
Joe's a piece of shit, man. I'll tell you straight up, Joe's a piece of shit. I'll say it. Joe's a piece of shit.
But we all saw.
Yeah, the question is though, we got you definitely all got sold a story story, us included, that was more streamlined, making one person seem like a piece of shit than the entire thing being a
he definitely
giant
had a
shit
social
show.
I think we all thought the entire thing was a shit show.
Yeah, what about Doc Antle?
We all.
Well, we know. We have. Listen, there is someone from. It's kind of weird because how many times have we said this? We're like, how the fuck did we get drug into this? The time. Every aspect of this. We have like some type of information.
I have all the court transcripts, honest to God, from Joe Exotic's testimony.
Wow.
From the thing, and Ripper, the private eye, he's like, "I'll send you guys more." I was like, "We can't. What the fuck are we supposed to do with
I was
any
about
of this?"
to say, like, why are they?
Shout out to our guy Saul too. We
yeah.
got people on the inside. We got. For some reason, they were coming to us.
I think everybody
multiple
thought that we
avenues.
had some way to help them.
Do you guys have any big cats on property?
No, we don't want big cats. We were trying to get these kangaroos and shit like that.
Yes,
but we don't want big cats.
Yes.
Kangaroo
King.
You don't want PETA
I love
up
it.
your
Kangaroo
ass.
King.
PETA's going to be up our ass eventually. We have pig races.
What do you do? Oh, pig races. There it is.
But the pigs, they turn a blind eye to pigs. The kangaroos, they're
Just
like,
dress them as cops. The hipsters will eat it up.
Yeah.
So as we're like filming things, you can see these big Hollywood like people. Because at first it started with a meeting, and then it was like, "Hey, I'm in town. I want to come to your party." And then he was coming to the house, and then that turned
is that what
into-
it's all about? They just wanted to invite to a party. Yeah.
So this guy, the
We
jet
never
ski
know.
guy,
We never
eventually
know.
just wanted to party with you guys?
No, he wanted
Well,
us to help him out with like his show that he was doing. He wanted us to help produce it with him, and we're like telling him to. And these guys don't know. We're like, dude, you don't have a show till you have a fucking show.
Well, this is
right
what
now
we
they're
were
telling
gonna go
everybody's
with.
gaslighting you.
Are they
yeah.
just dodos?
They're just new to the business, man. I
Oh,
mean,
okay.
you know how many people that if you were shooting like a radio program. When I was first setting up Real Laughs every night, Monday through Thursday on your Radio 104.1.
Yeah.
But when I was first setting up, you guys know, I had to record probably like 9 episodes. I kept sending them up to people in Real Radio, and they were like, "Nah, give us another one. Let me see another one. Let me see another one." But there were people I know that were like, "Dude, you got a radio show," and I was like, "I don't have shit until it's on." Until it's on and I have a contract.
You're right.
That's how it is with these guys. They're like, dude, a producer came to me and said he wants to make a show about a strip club. And you're like, until a network says you got a contract, you don't have anything but an idea.
So to button this up, this is what happened.
Yeah.
They vet the content on Real Radio? I've never
Not at night. Apparently not at nighttime.
We're the nighttime show.
I have never heard
Yeah.
I've never
They made me jump through a lot of hoops to not give a fuck after a while.
Yeah. Hey, you should have just listened to our show. Sometimes I just
I just gave them an episode of yours at one time. They're like, this is good. This is good, man.
So as
Hot tub and
he
mini
was
fridge.
coming there and having whatever business he was trying to finagle or party or whatever, I had came up with the idea of like, wouldn't it be cool if the guy who was almost single-handedly responsible for putting Joe in prison was willing to help him get out? And he looked at me and was like, "Yeah, I would love to do that." And he said, and I believed him, at least at the time I did. He said, "Yeah, at night I have problems sleeping because I feel like I was a part of something that led to unfair judicial system." He felt like he was used as a toy, a pawn to
convict Joe Exotic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So and then I don't know if you ever worked with the feds, but they like to fucking use you, and then when they're done, they just dump you out. And
I've never worked with a mailman. I'm boring as fuck, Mike.
The unionized sites government.
I love that line. I don't know if you ever fucking worked with this man.
What do you think we are? Like,
I'm going to tell you guys.
I would go home. My sons hug me. I say, we watch Holy Moly.
Honestly, the most exciting thing he'll do tonight is rotisserie chicken.
I wake up in the morning. I'm like, fuck, I had 4 White Claw. I'm feeling it.
I'm like, listen,
Well,
man,
so
I think I'm drunk. Is that what the kids
the
call
Irish
it?
Republican Army,
He doesn't
the
even fuck
feds,
with cavemen.
and Boko Haram. I fucking hate dealing with all of those.
I've had the
guys.
FBI pay rent to live in my house, so whatever. That's a whole other story. You can listen to my podcast if you're interested.
Do it. Plug your podcast, please.
Yeah, me and Miguel, we do a podcast every week. It's
Mike
on
Busey Show. It's available on
all streaming
Spotify,
platforms.
all the streaming platforms, or if you're a member at MikeBusey.com, it's
There you
available with video content. You only get the audio content on the other sites. It's available with video content, and we do secret podcast episodes that aren't available except for our members. And we even do live shows where our members can come check out and watch the shows.
Tom hates live shows.
So as
Especially
we were
now 'cause
talking,
it's all COVID.
he was talking to the producers because we found out that they were filming another season of the Tiger King, and then the producer's like, "You're doing what with who? What's going on?" So they like and fair journalism aspect of what I've seen, they were just kind of going with the flow of whatever's happening with all these mythical creatures within the Tiger Kingdom documentary, and they all got their own little thing or whatever, da-da-da-da. And she was following up, and then she's like, "Oh, we gotta go film with that guy," and then I'm getting Miguel's like, "You might want to sit down for this. They want to like come here and film you like talking to James Garrison," and I was like, "What? For what?" I was like confused, like. I don't got tigers. I'm not like.
Yeah, I'm the part of this.
Well,
thing.
now it's the tigers were never
They were
show.
the focal point. Yeah,
The show was always
The characters.
the creature people,
yeah.
right?
Game of Thrones didn't have shit to do with Thrones after a while.
And you lucked out in the fact that you are boisterous and you look crazy, and they're going to latch onto that. Man, it's awesome.
And they were
It's
hitting us
awesome
up
for you.
about-
Well, they did a little more and latch onto it. Like, right? Well,
It's either awesome
let's just
or an
say-
insult. Like, I'm like, they think I'm one of them.
Right.
Well, let me
That's
finish
true.
what I'm saying here. This might even lighten you a little more. So as they're like coming in the film with all these big cameras and stuff and doing this whole like thing, all of a sudden you could just see her face and everyone there. They're just like, "Oh yeah." Anyways, so what do you do? Like, what the fuck? And then I would kind of give them a very like kind of crash course on what I do and what I've been through. And they were very, 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 very intrigued, and that has turned into something else that's still developing.
Ah, cool. Yeah.
So,
I mean, it makes sense that your
it
life
does.
would be a show of some
Why
sort.
wouldn't
I
it
mean,
be?
it already is, but you're monetizing yourself. I'm surprised that more people haven't come to you.
oh, they have,
And-
but
well, yeah.
I just
I'm going to email you the court. I pulled them up. I'm going to email you some of the court transcripts after this.
He can't read, Miguel.
We'll make
How
them
dare you.
into full T-shirts.
Yes.
How dare you?
Oh,
Yeah,
like you
so-
don't say that every show. You've said it to the library.
How dare it's
a lot of
insulting when you say
crazy,
it.
a lot of crazy shit since I've been here last, and we just filmed a thing with Vice. I think that airs later this
Nice.
in August.
Congrats, man.
Thank you. It's a what was
It's called Better Man.
Yeah.
The show's called Better Man, where they take a host and he's basically learning how to be a better man. He's very like quiet and humble guy. And our episode was about meeting new friends. And he came
It's
to
like a
our
self-help like
he came to our show and they were like, yeah,
series.
he's real like quiet, he's real calm and
Socially awkward
In our episode,
host.
he showed his dick. And the whole crew was like, "What the fuck?" Like his handlers and the producers was like,
wow,
what?
you
He's
really
like,
did abuse it.
Yeah. He's breaking through.
Great job.
It's like that scene in
How
Good Will
did he show his dick?
Hunting.
Did
He
he
pulled
say-
it out while he was on stage. It was like 300
there's a
people in the
little
audience.
backstory behind it.
Yeah, he's like,
It's
I
like-
have
it's
to
like- it's
show
like-
my dick. I have the power of abuse.
It was that Good Will Hunting moment where he was just like hugging fucking Robin Williams. He's like, I made a breakthrough.
He's the host. What I keep pronouncing his name wrong. He does that show 1-star review or something.
Yeah. Let me pull
Hold
it
on,
up.
I gotta take a picture of my wife's. Just leave her right there. I'm just sending that to her. I'm like, show this to my boys.
So they came
I
into
have
the show.
abandoned my boy. I've abandoned my boy.
Bastard in a basket.
Bastard in a basket.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Goddamn, it got hot in here. I'm
Yeah, I'm
sweating.
sweating.
Everyone's screaming.
I'm dripping diabetes on this microphone.
Everyone's screaming their COVID on each other.
Can we come back sometime, guys?
Yes,
we love
The-
coming here.
The key is to get COVID before the event.
Let me ask the real person.
That was
Chuck.
pretty
Sam,
good.
can we come back sometime?
Yes.
Yeah.
We love
We gotta
coming
have
here.
you on an unedited
Miguel.
one, though,
Yeah.
for sure.
Miguel, Mike Busey, you guys are always welcome.
Oh,
You're
so we're
always
leaving
welcome.
now again? You're
No,
kicking us out?
First, I gotta pee and we gotta go.
No,
Oh, I keep a bucket under my desk. I
He
can do this
literally
right now.
does
Oh
during
my
the
God. We're
podcast,
not doing
like
that.
a chamber pot, like a no
I'm almost
lie.
got this bottle empty.
He pees in the. We're in the middle of the podcast. He's like, I got to piss. I'm sorry. Keep going.
He
And it
starts peeing into
Show must go on,
just
player.
smells like cake batter.
What? That's yeast.
What is that? Sam, you're helping.
Don't judge me,
Can I pee
bro.
right now?
Go
Hey,
make
just, hey,
I
just-
gotta get out of
pee
here.
on me,
Get a
bro.
COVID test.
Pee on me, bro. Hey, you survived. You almost survived COVID. You deserve it.
This is the last show we'll ever do. Saturday, we all get it. You know what's coming.
It's fine.
We know what's coming.
Y'all gonna have some really good sex tonight. I can feel the energy.
Oh my!
If you want me to have Joe Exotic call you while you're fucking, let me know.
If you're trying to,
Poison.
Hey, Sam, I know you're really pumping her good right now, but pump her sideways. See, You'll love it. And rubber clips.
And tomorrow we're gonna be down at Johnny's filling station.
Yeah.
And
That's what this was all about. We haven't mentioned it once.
No, it's fine.
That's what we
We're
do.
trying not to talk about it.
We're like, don't do it, people.
Try not to talk.
Don't bring it up.
We'll be at the COVID camp, coughing on people and rubbing our junk on stuff.
I got some parking spaces for your tour
Oh
bus.
yeah, the party bus.
That I had to.
I'm gonna get
pull
drunk
some
as fuck
strings.
tonight, and then I'm gonna stay up all night, and then I'm gonna show up.
That fun?
And you're gonna see the fun Mike Busey, the non-emotional.
You guys should come out with us afterwards.
yeah.
We're gonna go see Struggle. Struggle's gonna be over at Will's on
cool.
Mills. Struggle Jenny's.
I didn't know he was in town.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't
dude,
know
he's
he was
at
in town
Will's. We're
either.
pulling up the bus over there, and then we're hanging out partying afterwards. You want to fuck a girl in the woods? Now it's your time.
No,
Right?
I just want to be alone in the woods jacking off. You misheard me.
All
Stop
right.
making it weird.
So we'll see you at Johnny's tomorrow.
I really like that.
Semantics.
I want
You know where that is?
Do I know where that is? Yeah.
No, he was saying you know where that is. He's rattled.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It is.
But if you want to go to Dirty Ore, you can go get the new. It's a semantics beer, but it's a you heard about this one, which is my conspiracy podcast. My co-host.
I love conspiracies.
Actually, yeah, you should listen to it.
I definitely will.
It's on the Semantics Patreon, but it's free. They're free episodes. But my co-host won a contest in the BDM Craft Beer Enthusiast group, so he got to collaborate with Dirty Ore, and he made a beer called You Heard About This One. It is a 6% triple dry hopped lager, and it is available today.
Sounds great.
So go out there and get it before
Shut
it
up
runs
and
out.
take my money.
Right?
Awesome. Dirty
love
Ore.
Dirty whore.
You're dirty.
No. All right. I got a pee-pee.
Bro, just go, man.
He can't hold it.
You got that fish tank for nothing,
Yeah,
bro.
Oh, see, Mike pees in his fish tank.
I know.
I just farted for a full 6
Oh
seconds.
my god, I gotta go.
I actually don't have a fish tank. I actually need one.
We'll get you one.
We
I
got
got a dildo tank though.
Well, we will.
just- okay.
A couple years ago, we put it in the warehouse.
okay.
We had too many kids coming over. We had to hide the dildos.
Whenever we do
We
a
have to hide the
family
dildos,
day,
too.
we gotta walk through the property and be like, "Where's
What
the
kind
hidden
of world
dildo?"
is this? A kid can't see a dildo.
You know
I
what I
don't want to
mean?
live in that world.
All right. Bye-bye.
Look, wait a minute. I can't publish that. It's mediocre.